Rage starting us off today. It's the Bennington Show. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington.
Yo.
And I am Ron Bennington. Trump cucks on parade. People are sending us pictures of them and their now forgotten Trump cuck shirts.
They stand proud, though. They do. The silent majority, I suppose.
Well, we're all Trump cucks today. The new president is speaking now, doing his inauguration address, and all morning long I've had to listen to the Thanksgiving parade of presidential historians telling us about the magic of this peaceful transformation of power that's so unique to the United States. I'm like, have you ever seen any of the other countries? First of all, Barack Obama would not stay another day. He's exhausted. George Bush was so glad to get out. I mean, that 8 years is enough for everybody.
Yeah, that's about all you can take. You can see it breaks them all down. The physical state they're in when they leave.
You end up painting cats for the next 10, 12 years of your life. George Bush is back today, and he's got just paintings for everybody. He's just see him just handing them out.
That's so nice of him. He's doing so good with that.
This is a flower, and this is actually from my kitchen, and it made me think of you.
But you're right. For some reason, I did notice that they were going into parade voice. Like, the delivery was just like, and the Trump family's just arrived. You see her there, Melania.
This is the door we expect the new president-elect to walk out of. It's 10 feet tall, so that's plenty for him to walk under. And you'll see it has a knob for opening. Thomas Jefferson once said, it's a good thing we have doors or we'd be climbing in windows. He was kind of an interesting guy. He owned slaves and used to fuck them. I don't know how much more I have to talk about this. They stopped kissing the Bible. They were actually talking about that. There was many presidents used to kiss the Bible, but that stopped about the time of FDR. He's like, I'm not kissing a fucking Bible.
That was pretty weird. It was a weird time.
It was strange. And there's the Lincoln Memorial. Lincoln was a wrestler for many years. A lot of people don't bring that up. Yeah, he was like the HBK of his day. He would stamp his foot, somehow loading up his boot, and then he'd give his opponents sweet chin music. It's an exciting time, though. It's the peaceful transformation of power. This is unique to the United States. In other countries, such as Canada, they kill the old president to become president themselves, or they just let their son become president, or some crazy shit up there. You know, I hate the pomp and circumstance because it reminds me most of England. It doesn't seem like Americans would fall into this weird prom thing,
right?
That we
the promenade.
Yeah, and none of it like looks comfortable for anybody. You know.
No, I mean, even yesterday, Trump was discussing, they get the cameras in their face. I hate those.
He said that?
Do you? But he says he does. He hates the live cameras.
Hard Rock Johnny said about Trump cuck, that bit died almost as fast as when he was going to be kicker. Yeah, he's struggling. Love it or shove it, was enjoying the fact that he had rage in one ear and Trump in the other. Stephen Knight just says hello on this sad and crushing day, and then he made a crying face.
I agree.
Yeah. Look,
I can only express myself in emojis today.
Look, we're reaching out to everyone, Trump and I, right now. We're making America great again. And it's going to be great for our inner cities. All the crackheads and cop shooters. It's going to be great for them.
What are your plans to make America great again?
I mean, seriously, just making it so great. You're going to thank me so much. By the time I'm done, you're going to say, can I have more of that greatness? I mean, it's going to be so great that the greatness will happen. That's what I'm saying. I mean, they're already saying that our borders are more secure, and we haven't even got there yet. That's how great this is going.
Yes, that sounds pretty great.
All my plans are going to be up on Breitbart if you want to read them. We're putting them together right now. some Breitbart. The rest of it will be available on Compound Media or Faction news station. Why can't we just go back to the old name, Virus? And then what were we before that? We were like high voltage. Wow, I really wanted to work that out because I almost said high fidelity, and then everyone could have laughed at me.
I bet the production was great. Did you guys just play danger, danger, high voltage?
Yes, that was it.
That was just the only drop everybody had. Yeah. High voltage.
We were high voltage. Then, by the way, the reason why all the other guys are off over on Faction today is because they had to change a sign. I don't know why everyone had to take off, because nothing seems to be that different.
Yeah, I think that was the decision across the board. Everyone, mandatory day off.
Mandatory day off. A sign has to be changed on the website. I guess I don't know what you would call that. Meme? Is that a meme on the website? Is it a JPEG?
Logo?
It's a JPEG.
No,
or maybe a TIFF. That's another.
I haven't heard TIFF yet.
TIFF is like another image file. It's like a high quality image file.
As I say, everyone assumed we were going to be off because the studio was being renovated. No, it's the same studio.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
No changes.
Fuck you! I won't do what you tell me. That's what I said. And they said you got to take the day off.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
We just played that song for them, crossed our arms, and just stared at them, looking down the suits in their office. They're like, fine, go ahead and do the show.
Doesn't matter.
We just figured everyone else was taking off.
No.
Fuck you.
We won't do what you tell me. Jen's like, what's this song?
Angry. So angry.
It's an angry song. It's a crazy angry song.
I bet Jen liked it.
I don't know. She says she likes everything. She's always telling us that she fights with people, so I've been trying to start a fight with her just so I see how her personality changes.
Mm-hmm.
She's dressed completely in black today, and her mom is home drunk.
Liquored up.
There's a lot of ways to cope.
All right. A person who no longer wants to just sent me this message. This person doesn't want to be a public figure.
Okay. Flatline
sound. Gonna call it. Time of death for the USA, 12 p.m. That's about the earliest thing he's ever said. That's the kind of text I normally get from Earl. Somebody's taking their meds today.
It makes him so poetic, though.
Trump's still talking. I'll try to check into it later. I would normally put this up, but, because of who knows where anybody is and listening and what kind of lag time, just, it would make it crazy for people. People would end up all over America hanging themselves from their belts. That's what I worry about right now. I don't want that to happen. I don't want to be responsible for massive belt hangings. I've been watching people on TV, too, trying to get the Baldwin brothers to fight with each other.
Really? They want them to... Well, they share different politics, obviously.
Yeah, but that's not that crazy.
Yeah, I
don't know whole families that agree on politics. Certainly ours doesn't.
No. I don't know anyone who, across the board... I maybe know, one very, left-leaning... kids who grew up in New York, maybe,
Right, but even they will have different levels.
Right, they're...
even
their extended family.
Right, if you look at Republicans, they have different reasons that they're Republicans. Democrats have different reasons that they're Democrats. I know plenty of Republicans who are like, I don't want to take away a woman's right to choose. I think that's stupid, but I still vote Republican. You're like, okay.
They're worried about the paper.
Yeah, they got to make that money. And, if making that money means that you don't get to have your abortion, little girl, then you got to learn how to do it some other way. Coat hanger, Clorox, whatever they did back in the 40s. Frank Sinatra's mom. Frank Sinatra's mom was the Hoboken abortionist.
Really? I did not know that.
And a Catholic. That's the thing. A lot of Catholic women were involved in that stuff. But that's literally the right to choose always comes you just don't want to force young kids into stupid decisions.
Of course. And you don't want to have, back alley deaths because of it.
I'll tell you this, and it's really funny because people are like, well, there's plenty of educations now. I was just working with Derek Gaines and Monroe Martin, and neither one of them has any idea where babies come from. I mean, their confusion about even when to pull out was, I guess, not even all that shocking. If I'm going to be totally honest, I wasn't even surprised. All right, this just got sent to us. The POTUS Twitter account has officially changed over. I didn't think of that. Is Trump going to use the POTUS account?
Yeah, I know that the Obama administration said, we set this up because obviously Twitter became popular in this administration, but we will give it up to Donald Trump once he is in office. So I would expect that he would start to, maybe he'll still use his private account for like his SNL reviews. Like some of his personal beefs.
I don't know whether you know this, but they take away your phone. Now, they always said that Trump never tweeted during the daytime himself. He would yell out tweets to one of his assistants, and then they would tweet his account. But after 7 o'clock at night, it was pure DT.
Now, would you say that maybe he'll be surrounded by people enough that, like, he won't have access to do these kind of things? Like, people might say, no, we're just simply not tweeting that. We're not doing that for you.
No, I don't think he's going to surround himself with people who say stuff like that. Redbeard says maybe Trump should retire to Florida like another guy we used to know. I think Vito should become Trump cuck. T-Man says, well, at least you're not bitter about this. Mr. Black Ted said, I moshed around my kitchen, like I was in middle school. Rob says, America's apology tour is officially over. Angry Guy said, of course, the wonderful Bennington show came out to rage today. Nick says, nothing out of Trump cuck today? No, Trump cuck, it's got to be you, Vito. You got to take over. You look the same as him, and you're willing to stay with the bit.
I'm ready to be a Trump cuck.
And he was a supporter from the beginning.
I've been rooting for this guy.
It's in his blood.
He's a rooter.
Leslie loves Trump.
Yeah. No, the president does not carry his phone. The phone is taken away, and you get some strange, secure phone that I guess you can't, search on the internet with. It's
right.
just like...
It's like a flip phone. They just hand you a flip phone.
They hand you a flip phone, but it's the kind that Neo has. Like, you can basically talk to other people in the Matrix, and that's it.
You can barely text with it. There's not even like a letter pad.
There's a little Jewish guy up speaking now. This is the worst news Palestine's ever had. The bombing will begin as of now. That doesn't mean that he won't be tweeting. He just won't be tweeting off his phone.
You can tweet off a computer or whatever.
Here is Joe. Joe, I don't know if he can tweet off his... I don't know if he has computers. That's the whole fucking point of this. They don't want him connected. They don't want other people to know where the president is, what he's doing. Joe in Milwaukee.
Yeah, I'm not in my computer, but can you tell me if the POTUS Twitter account is now a red, white, and blue egg?
I don't know
if they have any followers left.
Well, I guess there'll be a total switchover of followers. This is the great thing about our democratic experiment. It's the transfer of Twitter passwords that first started with Barack Obama. I don't think George Bush had a Twitter thing.
No. All right, I'm seeing this now. President Obama has his own name now, which is at POTUS44.
All right, so the new one is POTUS45. You want to go to POTUS45. If I was Obama, I would have just went with something like Steely Dan, Hawaiian Boy. Do you think? I wonder. They always say it's the toughest thing in the world to come down from being president of the United States. I know that Reagan's wife said she went through a depression of not being involved in every decision. Like, you just can't believe that people are saying, like, you know.
But shouldn't I be asked my opinion on the matter?
And then they said that Eisenhower would just pick up his phone and go like this: "Get me the supermarket." Well, I'm not hearing, I'm just getting a dial tone. There's no one there, Mr. Ex-President. You just can't pick up a phone and demand things and be connected to them. You're going to have to learn to dial. He would just pick up the phone like it was a walkie-talkie. "Get me the lumberyard, 84 lumberyard. This is the ex-president." I don't even know who that is up there. This is a guy who's saying he's president. He's crazy. Get out of there.
Intense dude.
He's confused. He thinks he could be president.
The picture of Trump on the POTUS account is kind of scary looking. He's really just giving a grill on everyone.
Well, that's him. You know what I mean? He's not playing fucking games. He's making America great.
Menacing.
Boom.
So I wonder, does that mean that they just did away with at POTUS no number then? Because that was the original name.
It was just POTUS?
Just POTUS.
He has at POTUS, and there's no tweets yet.
Okay. So that just a regular.
How many followers?
It's going up. It was 3.63 million about a minute ago. Now it's 3.65.
Sweet.
Yeah.
This is the first time this ever happened. I'm just reading this now because we weren't listening to Trump, but during his inauguration address, he said that there's going to be getaway packages at the Mar-a-Lago Hotel and Spa. Up to 32% off.
Wow.
For the first customer. After that, everything goes back. So if you have more than one, if you're staying as a single.
Okay.
Single rooms, 32% off. As soon as you say it's a double, back to regular prices with a little taste put on into it. But you do get a morning muffin. And the USA Today. There's Bishop Wayne T. Jackson doing the benediction. I, like a racist, thought that he was Steve Harvey earlier today. And I'm not even making that up. And I fully apologize. I go, fucking Steve Harvey's there? And now I think it's that guy. But, I mean, there's not too many black guys there, so you can see.
I mean, they really have seemed close over the last few weeks. It's an honest mistake.
By the way, I forgot to tell you this thing. I went into this little bagel shop near where I live. You know where it is, Gail. And it's like the best bagels in New York. But it's a tiny little shop. And it's packed with people. And there's no way to get in and out. And at the same place that they're actually making bagels, there's a small cash register. There's no perfect thing. So we're all jammed in there together. And a woman comes in with a dog. With a fucking crazy looking dog. The dog just starts barking crazy, right? It's like if there was a insane barking dog in an elevator. So all the people are yelling, "Get that dog out of here! Get that dog out of here! You can't bring a dog into here," right? And the people behind, the Spanish people making Jewish bagels are yelling, "Get the dog out!" And all the Hispanic people that I'm standing there with are yelling, "Get the dog out!" And she yells at them, "It's a service dog!"
Then why is he barking?
It's not a service dog. A service dog can't be a maniac, mangy fucking mutt. And
they just don't bark at people.
And as everybody's screaming, a warm, peaceful feeling just comes over me. I couldn't even begin to tell you why. I just loved it.
Just enjoying others' chaos?
Yes.
Eye of the storm.
It's a service dog! And the dog is just, it's not biting anyone, but it's just going crazy barking. Because it doesn't want to be in there like I didn't. So that was my Trump story from today. I mean, that goes to show you, this is making America great again? I'm not saying it.
When I worked
those workforces.
When I worked at a restaurant, people would come in and they would have a dog with them. And you say, okay, it's a restaurant, we don't allow dogs. And they say, that it's a service dog and you're not allowed to ask what service they provide. But it's always just like a little like Chihuahua or something. And you're like, come on, like what service is this?
I know.
You can't say like, is it a necessary service or is it just like he makes you feel good?
Who gets to say it's a service dog? Your own therapist?
Yeah, I mean, like you can buy online for like $10 a little card that says this is a service dog, which people do.
I did it.
I didn't know you had a dog.
I had a Great Dane, and it was just annoying to get it in an Uber to go to the vet. So we got it registered as a service dog for $100. So when the Uber driver was like, I'm not putting that 200-pound dog in my car, I'd be like, he's a service dog. Here's his ID badge.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You with a Great Dane in your apartment in New York City?
Dude, they're really good. They don't like to do anything. They just chill in one spot.
Then why do you have one? I don't want a dog that just lays there like a bear rug. All right. Let's see. A lot of people writing stuff about Trump cuck. He hasn't tweeted in 9 days. Has he vacated his account? Did he leave office already? There is going to be a new Trump cuck. It's going to be Vito. Is Cucky planning to update his shirt to add penis in each hand since he's so involved with Grindr now?
I'm not on Grindr.
Can we get a peaceful transfer of Twitter accounts? Much like the POTUS just did.
I wouldn't buy a Trump cuck shirt, but I'd definitely buy a Vito Trump cuck 2 shirt. I'll just go around and write fucking 2 on all the shirts in the warehouse. Trump cuck is now Tinder cuck. Getting all that dick.
No.
You get dick on Tinder?
I'm not yet.
Love it says it's 26 minutes. Are we great yet? Franco said, holy shit. I thought it was Steve Harvey too. Okay, Franco, so you're the racist. And if you were on that ABC show, what would you do? Where they just step over, like New Yorkers, they showed New Yorkers stepping over dead bodies, and show how awful everyone is. Then you'd be considered a racist by that guy who looks like Steve Harvey, who comes out to tell everybody that they're racist. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh. DC is so beautiful. The D stands for district, which is interesting.
Wow, I never knew that.
Yeah, it's one of the great things that the District of Columbia probably isn't even considered American. They can't vote. They can smoke pot. And there is a great place to get bowls of chili. That's Ben's Chili Bowl. And we go there during the daylight hours, afraid to go there at night. Afraid to go anywhere in D.C. at night. No one from the suburbs will come in. I'll tell you who I really like is the Trump grandchildren. They're all gorgeous. And some of them are waving at the big crowds and others are just staring bewildered. Like, I don't get this at all. And there is something really funny about a little kid being dragged along to any formal event to see which are like, I'm going to commit completely, and the other is like, nope, not me.
I don't know which one I saw yesterday, but I think it might have been Ivanka's baby. But he is so damn cute.
They're all cute.
Like,
all the cute.
So cute.
Every one of them. The boys have cute kids. Ivanka has cute kids. I think it's Tiffany is the little one, right? She doesn't have anything yet included. By the way, did you see how gorgeous Trump's wife was today? Her hair was fucking amazing.
Flawless. Yeah.
I wish you guys were doing that, that boot show.
I know. I would love to boot her.
Yeah. There's George Bush. His dad too sick to attend. They were also saying about the George Bush's parents, W's parents, that they're both in the hospital at the same time.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it's kind of a love story. Married 72 years. They can't stand to be apart. So both of them are throwing up at the same time at the hospital. Yeah, the whole thing of, isn't it romantic? They're both at the hospital at the same time.
Sounds really tragic.
It's old. That's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's simply old. It's amazing to see how many people here that don't work today. Pretty phenomenal when you think about it.
Who's
the
running
lack
things?
Of work going on. And there is Commander Hillary Clinton, all dressed in white in a pantsuit. And people go like this. You have to wonder what she's thinking today. No, you don't. You don't have to fucking wonder even for a second. We know exactly what that woman is thinking. Daggers. You can almost see the Trump Hotel from here. A little too rich for my blood. I'm not going to spend $1,600 for a single room. But I might go for the buffet. Somebody told me the buffet is amazing. A friend of mine is getting married there, so maybe I'll get the chance to walk around and see the whole place. That's the Capitol building. It looks like a nipple.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like a nipple that you could just suck on the top. And that penis-looking building over there that people lay on the ground and act like it's their dick. That's the Washington Monument, or WM as we call it here in Washington, D.C. Again, that's District of Columbia. I don't know why it isn't DOC, but, who's to say? The town's totally black. I mean, there's a reason that they use the term Chocolate City in its vanilla suburbs. If you look across the river, that's the original Five Guys. Everybody liked it.
No longer allowed to have peanuts on the floor, I understand.
Okay. Yeah, no, can't have peanuts on the floor. Children just die if they're around a peanut. I say peanut instead of peanut. It's a Delco thing. Delco, of course, stands for Delaware County. Not far from Delaware, where Joe Biden came in. There's Steve Harvey standing in the middle of everything, right?
No, I don't believe it is.
Steve Harvey, everyone knows him from Family Feud, as well as a couple other black projects that he has. There's Billy Joel enjoying himself, looking out. He's the piano man. He's from Long Island. There's a helicopter that blows. It's not as good as Trump's. Doesn't have the 24-karat gold that the president is known for. There's two more Negroes, and it looks like a Chinaman. Their ass is going to be grass soon. Look at Kellyanne Conway. Looks like she's a ringmaster today. She's wearing a red, white, and blue circus coat. And tell you the truth, she looks fantastic. There's Steve Harvey in a dress for some reason.
I know.
I know Flip Wilson used to play Geraldine. There's a guy in a Green Bay Packers hat, like a moron. Well, come on, pull back on Kellyanne. You got to see the coat. It's amazing.
Oh, man. I love the hat. Cloche hat?
Come on, pull back so you can see the full ringmaster coat that she's wearing. It's fantastic. She's a badass. There's no reason to like, anything she says, but she doesn't slow down for a heartbeat.
Yeah, I mean, this is, it's just business to her. This is her job.
Yeah, she's a rock and roller. I'm sure you'll get to see her later. There is, President, Donald Trump. Very long tie for a grown man. It's something that you see in a third grader. Third graders, and I did it all the time. My ties would all be hanging down.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed this yesterday. I guess this is his thing. He has very long ties.
Yeah.
You should not be wearing a tie that you're in danger of pissing on.
Well, his dick hangs down lower, so he's
okay, great.
He's got a dick like that guy that Vito sent in today, the world's largest dick. There it is.
Oh, wow.
So it's got like blue. It's red, white, and blue, but it's fucking crazy looking.
But she's got this little cloche hat on. She looks like a red, white, and blue modern day sister suffragette.
No.
But not quite.
Well, it was really great too. I said that Trump's wife came out and her hair was fucking perfect.
Yeah.
She looked like a werewolf of London. I mean, it was fantastic. And then you saw it looked like Michelle just put her hair up real quick before she left the kitchen this morning. She just looked like she didn't give a fuck. Like I'm
over it.
I'm moving. Today's a moving day for me. Hard Rock Johnny wants to jump into this. Johnny, is there anything that you want to say on behalf of your governor, Chris Christie?
I didn't see that fat fuck anywhere today.
All right.
Come on.
That's weightism.
Yes, that's okay.
By the way, what are we doing? Getting rid of the water as we switch over to the new thing? There used to be all these little waters sitting around. What's up, Jenny?
I actually really enjoyed the fact that Melania Trump, when they met at the White House, brought like a little gift and gave it to Mrs. Obama.
Every first lady does that for the exiting first lady.
He's funny.
But then President Obama took it and brought it inside. He's like, "I'll be right back." I gotta go back in the house for a minute. I'll be right back. I just got to put this gift on the coffee table. Like, don't they have someone who can do that for me?
Not anymore. They got rid of all those people.
He's still the president, damn it.
No, he's
not
driving
anymore.
himself to his new house. He's driving himself to his new house. He's got a station wagon, and there's a couple of things up on top of it.
Oh, here it is. They're leaving. There's everyone waiting to watch and wave them goodbye in a helicopter.
Yeah, but why are they even taking the helicopter? They're going to live a mile away.
They're going to They're going on vacation.
Oh, nice.
Why?
I don't know where. They're going on vacation, though.
Kenya? Back to Kenya? You know what I mean?
Going home.
Where's your birth certificate?
Show a picture of him just laughing.
One doesn't have a birth certificate, the other one doesn't fucking pay taxes. There they go. Fucking salt and pepper on their way out of here.
It's a weird day, it's for sure.
Why is it weird, Johnny? This happens.
Yeah, I know. It's just a weird watching the whole thing.
Did you feel weird 8 years ago?
No.
Everybody felt weird 8 years ago.
I didn't.
And by the way, that thing 8 years ago feels like it was 2 weeks ago to me.
Yeah.
I can't, time is just shooting. See what I mean about Michelle's hair? She's in a real don't give a fuck mode.
A lot of people are tweeting out different expressions that she's been making, saying that she's like just giving side eye.
I will say that Melania's dress is very Jacqueline Kennedy-like.
You really are trying to be that guy.
It is. I'm a presidential historian.
Melania is fucking stunning. She's just stunning. Look at her.
Yeah, she's very.
It's weird to see her in blue, though, right? Instead of red.
Yeah, it doesn't suit her as well as red.
Maybe it's her way of saying I'm with the Obama. There they go. Turn it up a little bit, Chris.
Sounds like a house.
Oh, jeez. Trump just had Hillary arrested. That is shocking. That one surprises me. I didn't think he'd go through with it.
Really quick. Well, he made good on that promise.
Yeah, he wasn't playing games. There's Dad looking like he's just got high. Yeah, Melania is fucking stunning today.
Yeah.
There goes the Bidens.
Goodbye. She's going to take the Amtrak home.
They're playing To Sir With Love as Joe Biden's getting into his car. That would be great if they got on the Amtrak and went right back to Claymont.
He is. That's what he's doing. He's going on the Amtrak.
He's a fucking maniac. I don't think this is our stop, honey. We can't sit together. We can't sit together. If you want to meet later in the goddamn beer car, I'll be there.
He seems like a dude who hangs out in the dining car.
Yeah, he does. He does because he can meet new people. There's certain dudes, they just want to make friends no matter where they go. And they're just trying to introduce, this is Paul. He's a real estate novelist. He never had time for a wife. This is Davey. He's still in the Navy and probably will be for run. Am I right, Davey? Am I right? Those lyrics are so bad that he could have written them. Gail, am I crazy or does the Melania look like just out of this world?
Yeah, she's
a princess.
She is like a princess, like a beautiful Russian princess.
All right, Johnny. Talk to you later.
Bennington's enjoy the new Trump America.
Yeah, I'm feeling great. You know, I gotta tell you the truth. I am feeling great today.
Feeling, guess okay, hungrier than make America hungry again.
Well, why didn't you eat 1.5 bagels this morning? You probably feel fucking fantastic right now. Got another little half bagel from when I get home today. Nice. Looking forward to it. Should I eat this now when I'm totally full, or save it for 3 hours when I'm ravishingly starving? All right, they just put the VP on a train. That's kind of nice with Trump walking him out. You guys are going to be okay now, right? Call me when you get there.
Text me.
Presidential historian Ron Bennington. I love this. For a history junkie like myself. Someone called themselves a history junkie, presidential history junkie. And I'm like, do you understand what a junkie is? You know what I mean? Do you understand? It's nothing to be thrown around lightly. It's an addiction.
It's a terrible thing.
Thank you, darling. Now, are you wearing all black today in support of the new president?
Yes, exactly what I'm doing.
It's like a little ninja, like a cute ninja. I'm going to get her to fight with me because she claims she fights. I thought what I'd do is one day just push her down real hard.
I could maybe do it, but I'd still think that she would just like giggle and be like, oh, Ron, you're silly.
She's adorable.
Very emotional moment for the former president of
Oh, jeez. Enough with that. They see how stupid they talk?
It's the worst.
And Secret Service, you'll never be able to shake them now, Donald.
Yep. They're just going to be watching.
They're going to be caddying you.
There they go.
If the Secret Service was doing their job, they'd shoot off the bottom of Trump's tie.
It's too close.
It's
too close to the dick, sir.
Yeah. He's going to step on it.
That's a lot of steps.
I know. Look at the old guy struggling with it, too. No, it's time to turn around. Now he's got to walk out. Who's that? Oh, that's Pence.
No,
with
that's
him.
just Pence.
That's how much. And Pence wearing a blue tie, shocking the world. But, ever notice that you never see Trump button his coat?
No, he doesn't really like to.
No. Says he doesn't need to be shut in like that.
He likes to show off the tie in its full length.
I spent all this money on a tie.
I mean, by the yard, it's very expensive.
No, yeah. He gets a good deal because he knows a guy down in the fashion district. He goes down, he goes, give me 600 yards of tie. I'll cut it myself and save a few bucks.
Just closed up on the copter.
Yeah. Janice, how you doing, sweetie? Enjoying this?
I'm enjoying you. Did you see Trump just whisper something to Mrs. Obama?
Yes.
What the fuck do you think he said?
They think that he said, once you go white, it'll never be right. No one even knew what that meant.
She's like, I'm like, what?
Is that good or
She
bad?
was walking away like, do you know what he just said to me?
Oh, goodness gracious.
It's madness. All right, there's the helicopter starting off to take them all the way on vacation. They're going on a helicopter vacation through the Grand Canyon.
Really?
Yeah, then it takes you back to Vegas. I mean, it's expensive, but it's beautiful, you know? I just miss being away from the tables. I wish I could play Keno in there.
Hey, do you know how old Barron is by any chance?
10 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
My father-in-law is Italian, and his parents had an arranged marriage, and his father was 60 years old when he was born, so there's the same deal.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
He said his buddies used to eat over all the time, and one time they asked him, hey, how come we never see your parents when we're here? And he said, what are you talking about? You eat with them all the time.
Yeah.
We thought those were your grandparents.
Yeah. Trump, Barron, I was looking at him last night. They showed him in his, there was this thing called The Billionaire President on CNBC, and then they showed Barron, with a golf club looking like he's driving, but he was wearing a suit and in his penthouse apartment.
Oh my God.
And he's a long drink of water. There goes, Barack Obama flying into the history books.
Waving like little kids.
Yeah, Trump is waving. They're up in the air. They're up in the air.
Bye.
He just yelled, you're flying. Yeah.
Yay, I love President Obama.
There's no real difference between D.C. and North Jersey once you get outside a couple of fucking marble buildings. It's the same drab look. All right, talk to you later, sweetie.
Okay, have a great day. I love you guys.
Bye, Janice.
Maybe Brock will come back to Chicago. Get a sausage. Lopez said this: Biden does come across as the Bert Kreischer of the political world. It would be amazing if Biden took his shirt off wherever he went before it was time to go on stage. And then traveled around in the Speedo, telling them that he would live in a Speedo if they would just pay him to do it. I hate Speedo for not doing it.
Yeah, they really screwed up. They really screwed up.
What are you going to do?
They're afraid to take a risk.
I wonder where the Obamas are going for their vacation. You think they're lighting a joint up right now?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, fuck. I love getting high. I haven't gotten high in so long. Oh, Jesus, this is great. Well, they said that when Obama and Bush were having their little meeting, they knew that in the Situation Room, there was this drama going on because there was a fear that there was going to be a terrorist attack on that event. So while they were sitting there talking, they're like looking over like, what do we think, guys? Are we going to the bunker or are we standing here?
Oh, my God.
And the bum was going, what kind of fucking job is this?
Stinks. On the first day.
And because, you always have this concern. Now we can say, America, you came through. There was an assassination attempt, at least that got close, on Barack Obama in 8 years. And everybody was a nervous wreck 8 years ago that was going to happen.
Oh, I was terrified. I just thought, okay, yeah, they elected him, but will they let us keep him? I just really didn't think it was possible.
And there's people just as concerned about Trump because these are, polarizing figures. And even when you're not a polarizing figure,
yeah,
that's why we spend so much money on national security. But, we're going back. What was it with Ronald Reagan? The attempt on his life was like 30 some years ago.
Yeah.
But before that, there were two on Gerald Ford and, I can't imagine that being my gig, just trying to figure out who every nut is. Like there was a guy who did a Facebook Live in Florida saying that he was going to kill Trump. Let's just put it this way. Florida man.
Okay, sure.
That's all you need to say.
Okay.
Florida man. And they went and picked him up from a Facebook Live thing. You can't fucking rant about certain things. No. That's one of them.
That is, you definitely are not going to get away with that one. But but what do you think it was that assassinations and assassination attempts? It was almost like there was like a trend of them. It's almost like it was like that time period's mass shooting or something. Like
right,
mass
exactly. We didn't have mass shootings then, but we did have assassination attempts. And at the same time, people used to hijack airplanes all the time. A lot of guys, they just say, take me to Cuba. A lot of people didn't even know that. A lot of them were war resistors. They did not want to go to Vietnam. So they just took a plane to Cuba. Crazy. These are crazy times. Hey, what's happening there, Scott, Virginia?
Hey, what's up, Ronnie?
Yeah.
I heard on Fox News that Obama's are vacationing in San Diego.
That's a weird place to vacation, huh?
Yeah, I would not.
SeaWorld. Everybody loves SeaWorld.
I guess that's probably it.
And they definitely didn't want to be in an NFL town. They said that. And we go, like, we don't want to be around the NFL.
Okay, so what can we do? San Diego?
So San Diego's perfect.
Okay, great.
We got either San Antonio or San Diego. Next year we could go to Oakland. Oakland put in a move to Las Vegas, but it'll take a couple years. But the Raiders are leaving.
That seems correct because it seems like the Raider Nation is so loved. Like
but they can't get a new stadium. That's what they want. I mean, they're still playing on a stadium that has a fucking infield. I mean, it looks like 1964 every time you turn on a fucking Raider game.
I like it though in September when you still see the infield.
Yeah, you like it because you're not being tackled on a fucking pitcher's mound.
But do you think that's a good city for the Raiders?
It's a great city for the Raiders. Like you said, the Raider Nation is there. But unless you have all the news thing and all those box seats. I mean, that's where they make their money, and the owner's box. And they're like, we can't make as much money as everybody else. And they go like this: we got to have more money. We got to make more problems.
Yeah, but what about the more problems of the more money?
Yeah, they're willing to have those problems in Vegas. Look, you weren't fucking kidding, Johnny. There they are getting on the regular Amtrak.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
I've gotten on that fucking train so many times going back. I know exactly where they are.
He loves Amtrak.
I don't blame him. I mean, it's really nice. It's only, hour and a half and there's no traffic, and you can sit there and plug in. There's Wi-Fi. It's not like a plane. You don't have to wait for it to take off. You just get on a train, and it leaves a couple minutes later.
It's my preferred form of public transportation for sure. I'm not a good flyer. I don't like to fly.
Mine is unicycle.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want that extra wheel there. I mean, it's stupid. I got to lean forward all the time. I like to lean back in my unicycle, and plus it gives me plenty of time to juggle.
Right.
I'm on a unicycle and I'm juggling. Does that seem weird to you? I have been in and seen so many near-miss bicycle car things and pedestrian things in New York. I'd like to say to the mayor, stop it with the bicycle lanes. This isn't a bicycle fucking city. A bicycle is dangerous in New York.
Yeah, it is. We don't have the layout. We don't have the room for it. We have
insane people.
Yeah. They make me very nervous.
Craig. In Madison.
Hello, Benningtons.
Hey, buddy.
Obama is off to Palm Springs to go golfing.
That makes a lot more sense. Palm Springs is...
Listen to this. Let me tell you, I'm looking at Mariner 1, okay, the helicopter.
Yeah.
On the passenger side of the helicopter, the American flag is painted on backwards.
Yeah, that's for people that are looking in the mirror.
Okay, thank you.
If anybody else is in front of them in the mirror, it's going to look perfect. So now it just becomes party time for a while. So many people were interested in what Trump had to say in his inauguration address, but most people can't remember anything. I can remember one phrase of any inauguration address in history, and that's it.
What's that?
Think. Ask not
what you
can do for your country. Wait, just the opposite. Ask not what your country could do for you. Ask what you could do for your country. Yeah. Listen to me. I got a crazy accent. Back in Harvard.
How about Trump's his entrance yesterday? So this was like when he had first arrived to the kind of like pre-inauguration ceremony. Did you hear the song that he came out to?
Oh yeah, he came out to the Stones. Heart of Stone.
He came out to Heart of Stone. Strange choice. I'm not really sure why he went with Heart of Stone.
It would have been better just to play the song. The Trump has the Stones thing.
Yeah.
Because he used to end with "can't always get what you want," was also a bad fucking message. He actually said this in his inauguration speech. America will start winning again like never before. That's an odd thing to put in your speech.
Winning again, but like never before. So is it again or...
And then he said this,
different from
January 20, 2017 will be remembered as the day the people became the rulers of this nation again. You will never be ignored again. That's some odd shit he's saying.
I think he was bummed that he couldn't come out to the Stones then. I just like that to play wherever I walk. Anytime he walks into a room.
If I was them, I would just play Satisfaction.
I would have done Under My Thumb. That's just me.
This is a message for the women of America.
On the mother.
A great fucking song. As misogynistic as it is.
Yes.
I can look past any lyric as long as it's fucking,
Good song.
Yeah. Eric in Colorado.
Hey, Bennington.
Hey.
Hey, they were talking about it last night that there was a woman here in Denver who tweeted out that Trump should be assassinated before he's inaugurated, and apparently she was paid a visit by Denver police. The Secret Service kind of declined to press charges, but they were going to pay her a visit.
So the Secret Service showed up, or
They said Denver. They said I saw one article that said Secret Service. I saw one article that said Denver police.
Yeah, you can't fuck around.
And there was
with
another one that said they. Yeah, no, you can't.
It's a long-term thing that people don't realize, but you cannot. And look, no matter how you feel about the president, it's a devastating thing that even an attack on your president, devastating.
Yeah, because it's not a nation of freedom. It's to take
this
terror.
is a peaceful transformation of power.
Exactly.
No other country in the world does this.
No.
They were explaining that.
Normally, in other countries, they take out the president's family, they rape and
pillage.
They
pillage them.
They burn their possessions, and that's their version of the transfer of power.
Kiefer.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, earlier you guys were talking about him with the Stones and what the big deal is. To my understanding, he's got a pretty big thing for classic rock, and from what I heard, he actually wanted to get Bruce Springsteen to play at the inauguration. But
that's just not true. He knows who Bruce is, and I don't think he's a big classic rock guy. I think he just likes the Stones. There was a thing Keith said before that there was some show that Trump had money in producing, a Stone show, and he kept trying to get backstage, and they didn't want him there.
Really?
And this was long before. This was just when he was hotel guy. And, I don't know, I guess, you grew up at a certain age, that's going to be the music. I don't think he's an overly big music guy. I don't think he cares about music that much.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like somebody who listens to music to, unwind.
No, I think he likes to wind. Yeah. I don't think he likes to unwind. The other thing they said last night is that while he was making that speech, he said that Tom Brady is going to crush the Steelers, which, again, I just want to point this out. The Western Pennsylvania basically won the election for you. You kind of shouldn't fucking turn your back on them.
Right.
Just because Brady's got more championships. Let's face it. Ben has 2. That's pretty goddamn good. Here's Sandy. I wonder how she's taking it today. I'm probably behind him 100%.
You think so?
I know so. I know her. I know that she likes to get behind the president. Everyone does, really. Let me see what else is up here. Oh, who do we got dropping in? Because there's a big special show on Raw Dog today.
That's J.L. Colvin, and he's going to be part of the inauguration special with J.L. Colvin as Donald Trump.
He's going to be part of his own show?
He'll be part of his own show.
Wow.
As Donald Trump airs today live at 3 p.m. on Comedy Greats Channel 94.
So what happens with that?
He does a Trump impression, so as Donald Trump, he'll be taking people's calls.
Fantastic.
It's at 3 p.m. on Comedy Greats Channel 94.
This is ripped from the headlines, Chris.
I know.
From it.
It's Gail, really timely.
Gail, did you see the video in Florida where the gator jumped on the tourist boat?
No.
Fucking fantastic.
That's terrifying.
So this is just a tourist boat, and
it's called like an airboat, right?
Yeah, they take them
take you around the Everglades,
through the glades, swamplands.
It's a very fucking hot tour, though.
Really hot,
muggy,
and really buggy.
You know what all that I thought when I was out there too? I hope this fucking thing doesn't break down. I don't want to be stuck in the hot ass Everglades like an idiot.
Just ready to be gator bait.
I never knew how fast fucking a gator can move.
Oh
gator can go quick.
They're incredibly fast.
No, they just sit around like a suitcase for a while, but when they strike fast.
They move super quick. Those little legs get going, and in the water with that powerful tail, like, they're crazy.
Oh, yeah, in the water, they're really fast. And they're pretty graceful in the water. But they got such little stupid legs that when they're on land.
Their legs are ridiculous.
Yeah. Look at that.
Holy shit.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
And then stuck.
And those
Holy shit.
people piss themselves. And the guy is like up there, like act like he's teach everybody about gators, and then they just fucking a panic. It's really great.
That is so scary. Because you're not any better. It's not like you can jump in the water.
All right, Dan says this: Melania is a stunning woman, but that accent ruins it. Disagreed.
Hell no.
I like a Eastern European accent. Sounds crazy. Sounds sexy crazy.
I think it's one of her attributes.
Oh, definitely.
Cajun Jack is saying it was actually a Springsteen tribute band. Yeah, but they were never playing at Trump's party. They showed a thing. There was another party last night with a guy from Poison. I think his name is Skippy Malloy. He's the singer of Poison, Skippy Malloy. So nobody showed up at that fucking show. I mean, it was just empty as shit.
Sad.
Yeah, but he's not even with Poison. It's just the Skippy Malloy, or I think he calls it the Skippy Malloy Project.
Skippy Malloy Project couldn't pull anyone in? What?
How could they? They don't have their own hits?
Every rose has its thorn?
Yeah, but that's just being a cover band of fucking Poison. They're no better than the B Street Band. So look, people are finally able to get a drink. They're like, fuck. I thought I was going to go nuts out there.
Time to light it up.
Whiskey's so good.
Takes the edge off him, right?
It burns and then it feels nice and warm.
Is this bar open? I'll have two then.
Give me two, because I'm going to walk away 4 feet, pound both of these, and walk right back.
Are you tipping, by the way?
I like to get drunk off my ass, so keep this coming. I want to fucking pass out within a half an hour. I haven't slept much lately.
Here's a $5, so you know I'm going to hook you up.
Let me just pour you some of that happy juice. They said Biden didn't get a seat. He's got to stand up the whole way to Wilmington.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
That's fine.
Stinks.
I mean, you do what you do.
I hope he can at least get his favorite spot on the dining car.
Well, it's got the whole big window there. It's really fun.
Get one of those little cheese boxes.
Yeah, pound some beers.
All right. Vito sent this story in this morning. I'm going to get both you guys to write your answers down.
Okay.
What is the longest penis in the world? Longest penis in the world. Up to this point, Vito thought it was his at 4.5 inches. But this is the longest penis in the world. All right, I'm going to say pencils down. And Gail, we will go with you first. Longest penis in the world.
All right, my answer sounds crazy, so I don't know if this could be possible. I'm going 11.5.
11.5 inches with the 0.5 being the head of the penis. Yes.
I put a straight up foot.
A foot. Both of you are off by a full 6 inches.
What
the fuck?
No way.
Go ahead and click this. It's an 18 and a half. Is that it, Vito?
I think it's 18.9.
18.9, almost 19 inches. Now, it doesn't work for anything but pissing.
Oh,
he cannot get a heart attack.
Oh.
They said if he got a heart on, his skull would collapse.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so keep moving along there. And he does not want to. There he is. He's got it wrapped. Look at the girth on it, too.
Holy shit.
It's not like it's a long... it's almost a chode, as long as it is.
Fat.
It's almost a chode.
But, like, you can see it's obviously almost a useless appendage to him.
No, it's nothing. It's nothing. And what's also weird is his balls are normal sized.
That's really
He's got normal sized balls.
Well, doctors say that he did this himself when he was a child by just hanging weights from his dick.
All right, that's cheating then.
That's not fair.
Because I've known plenty of people who have done that hanging stuff from their dick. I've had freak shows.
Mr. Lifto.
Very good call, Mr. Lifto. Oh, I did not know that's how he got it. I thought he was a freak of nature. Now, he also said, and this is sad to me, Guinness refuses to put his record in there, even though they're the guy with the longest fingernails, which I'd like to see that guy scratching the longest penis.
And when he was asked about getting it like taken down surgically, he said, no, his dream is to move to America and become a porn star and find a woman that could take it here.
Here's the thing. We have hard-ons on our porn. We don't put a long, loose fucking cock on someone.
Also, it's just me, but I feel like that's a little insulting. Like, I have to move to America to find a vagina the size of my penis.
Oh, I think
that seems insulting.
I think he was just thinking that America's porn
I need one of those big American-sized vaginas.
He said he thinks a woman who will appreciate him is in America.
First of all, I'm going to agree with him. But if you're right that this came from hanging weights off his penis, why is it so thick?
Good point.
It's just a guess doctors have. He didn't admit to that. Doctors are just like, this had to be done.
I wouldn't have put it up then. Until you can get proven facts, do not add to this story. This story is a man with an enormous, and this is why I love, they wrap it with socks so we won't be, but we gotta look at his bush.
Yeah.
And his stupid hard shoes and white socks. That's gonna keep him out of the porn industry here.
He's gonna get drummed out.
Alright, he often has infections because not all the urine escapes his lengthy foreskin.
Oh my god!
Oh my.
There's puddles of piss trapped in his foreskin.
I think for his own sake, he should do a late in life circumcision, because that seems too difficult for maintenance and upkeep, and it would not be worth the infections.
Just clean the piss out your dick, dude.
And like the biggest issue with adult circumcisions is you can't get it hard on for 3 days, and he doesn't have that issue. So like, I think a circumcision's a good halfway point for him.
Does he orgasm ever, or just the piss hole?
No, nothing. He can't get hard. He doesn't have an orgasm.
Think of it. How would your body be able to emit with the force? You know what I mean? It's really got to travel a far distance.
The guy has to
he has an orgasm, but it still only goes like a couple inches down.
He'd have to. First of all, you have to fuck a manhole to even feel anything.
The buildup of jizz inside his dick.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, Chris. But I didn't say the phrase buildup of jizz inside his dick.
That's the thing. If you would use that bluntness on Trump cock instead of abandoning it, what would you like to say to Vito as he takes over Trump cock?
You cucked me, Vito.
No, I need Obama style support from you.
Yeah, this is a peaceful transfer of power and Twitters.
We gotta take a break here, kids. That's it. It's, I'm looking at Huffington Post and they just have Trump period, President period, Trump period. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. I guess in their own way they're pissed. Let me see what Drudge's headline is though.
Yay.
We did it. Drudge Report. Oh man, everything is slow here.
It's really bad.
This is the kind of shit they need to be working on, not changing the names of stations.
Here we go.
America again, Trump sworn in. Power back to the people. John Lennon style, power to the people. Here's what he said, power to the people, right on. All right. We break. Back, Bennington. Bennington Show. Coming up at 3 o'clock, special programming, Chris.
That's the Inauguration Day special with J.A. Colvin as Donald Trump airs today live at 3 p.m. on Comedy Greats Channel 94, where he'll be taking your calls as Donald Trump.
And tonight at 7 o'clock, Gail and I are hosting Breaking Out, that premieres tonight at 7 in the East. Replays Saturday, noon in the East, Sunday, 10 a.m. And this just says on Raw Dog. All these are on Raw Dog, right?
Yes.
Okay. And great comics that we're going to be presenting.
There are so many good comics. Should we say something? No, we should probably
let's leave
save
it as a wonderful surprise.
It's a big surprise.
I don't know why we didn't play this today during our show, Chris. It would have made sense.
Yes, it would have. I did not think correctly.
Well, you're busy with Trump Cup. You got that thing up and running. The excitement level there. You're retweeting the people in their shirts. It's very, very fun for everybody. We're watching the president signing all these papers, and each paper, look, they're getting mad at him for using the same pen. You got to use a different pen every time, dude, so that the people get the ones that are signed.
Yes, so it's like they give them out as gifts, so you so this way you have like 30 different pens that you can give out, like, oh, he signed it with each one.
But look, he's using the same pen over and over now. He's not getting the new pens. He's sick of it. Wants to just get through. But he's got his granddaughters next to him, and they keep playing with these commemorative pens. They're the cutest things in the world. Just cute little rich kids. And Barron was next to him for a while, but he got out of there.
He's playing with the baby.
No, he's behind the baby. He's leaning on somebody.
That's Ivanka.
Oh, he's with Ivanka?
Yeah, so he was with Ivanka, and he was just playing, like, patty cake with the baby.
I thought I saw him stomping on a frog.
That's how he expresses himself.
Well, boys, it's tough. It's tough to raise boys.
But this little granddaughter who's, like, playing with the pens on the side is adorable.
Yeah, she's cute as hell. All the little kids were really amazing. Oh, Melania's even got blue gloves.
Very elegant.
She's something. All right, so a lot of. By the way, that pen that they're handing out, it's like a space pen. It's like the pens they took to space. You right upside down. Do you like a nice pen, or it doesn't matter to you?
I do like a nice pen.
Nice pen, nice glasses. I'll lose or break both.
I enjoy a good pen. But it's not something I normally would spend a ton of money on. But I love writing with a good pen.
My chick is down because my father has been in the hospital the last couple of days, so she's down checking on him when I'm at work. And I couldn't find my glasses last night, and ended up walking around reading last night, and her crazy lime green glasses. Now I can't even order food in because I don't want somebody to see me like this.
It sounds very stylish.
I lost my glasses and couldn't find my glasses to find my glasses. I need all of my glasses to be just by rubber band attached to my gun, because I'm never more than 3 feet from a gun.
Right, so then now you won't be 3 feet from your glasses.
I'm never more than 30 yards from my glasses. That's the problem with it. I gotta pay more attention.
You should switch those two.
I saw Dan hanging around today. Has he got time to say his left leading stuff, or he's busy?
He's usually got nothing but time, so I'll text him right
sad.
now.
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
It's really mean,
Vito.
and I hope not true.
Vito, do you got one of your little questions today? Is there anything on Vito's mind?
Yeah. So, if you could take any exotic animal and raise it from birth to be a house pet, which one do you think you'd have the best chance with?
What do you mean best chance with? Anyone?
Like the one that you could really domesticate. Like, I don't think I could domesticate a tiger, personally.
You can up to a point, up to an age. Then they turn wild.
No, this is one that you have to be able to maintain.
I understand what you're saying, but you've seen people do that with tigers. You know what I mean? You can have white tigers at your house.
I would just like the chance to domesticate a squirrel. It's it's something I've just wanted in my lifetime.
Well, you can't train them to do anything, but you can live the kind of life that you have a squirrel running around.
Yeah, but I feel like I could train them to almost like a parrot, just chill on my shoulder, and I would just have a little squirrel friend.
I don't know if that can happen. I don't know if they're smart enough with their stupid little peanut brains.
They're so cute.
What about you, Chris?
I feel like a bobcat. Because it's not a lion. It's a much smaller, feral cat. I think I could fucking get it under.
Do you understand that the worst word you just used was feral? It basically is wild, untrainable. And again, when they're, babies, it's like having a kitten around. It's fine. It's only when they get a certain age. And you ever see, even if you have a cat, it'll, chase a spider even. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, there's a meanness on the level there that we don't understand.
And
they start to do that with humans.
They kill for pleasure.
Sure, like us.
Like, they just kill and they're like, that was fun. And then they just look at the body. They don't kill to eat it.
I would train and raise the most dangerous animal of all, man.
Exotic.
Until it turned on me.
Sounds
exotic, man.
Sounds illegal, though.
I'm thinking of Polynesian, man.
Although probably legal in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
And when I was young, I really liked birds, but it really upset me, the idea of keeping a bird in a cage. So when I was young, I had this fantasy that I wanted to be like a falconer. I wanted
a falconer would be fun.
Like some kind of large bird of prey that would just show up.
A falconer always has to have raw meat on him, and that's disgusting.
See, yeah, I just wanted to do it with friendship. Whatever
they gotta eat, though.
I know. That's the problem. It's I'm not going to be walking around with
A big thing about falconers is when you let them go, it's to kill another bird. They go out and kill whatever birds are around.
Yeah.
A falcon is a prick. And that's why I think Atlanta's got a big fucking chance against the Packers. No, Nate Silver, who's right about everything except for the election, said that a pass rush is now useless against Aaron Rodgers.
Is it?
He can't be tackled.
I think he can. He's been sacked plenty of times before.
Everyone forgets that first half of the season, every headline was Aaron Rodgers is done and so are the Packers. And now they're the unbeatable Packers.
He's unstoppable. He can't be beaten. He's on a 9-game winning streak.
That's pretty goddamn good.
It is impressive, but still, the Falcons are going to put up a lot of fucking points. Packers don't have a secondary. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
Who did you pick?
I picked the Packers.
Okay, then why are you rooting against them?
Because Aaron Rodgers is a better quarterback than Matt Ryan.
Not by this year's fucking numbers. Matty Ice has had an unbelievable year. A lot of people looking at giving him the MVP. It'll be a good game, though. I'm looking forward to this game. I mean,
is that the first game? That's the early game?
That I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
Because it doesn't matter. I'm watching both games.
Right.
I mean, my Sunday is booked. When people call me, this is what my ringtone is. Never, never on a Sunday, a Sunday, a Sunday. And I'm just going to leave my ringtone as this now. Have you seen my glasses? Call pianos. They know you. They don't know me. Call pianos. By the way, that was the stupidest and least fun question you've ever given us. What great animal would you... I would love... See, this would be the invention. If you could keep any of these giant animals as youthful. If you could have a baby fucking elephant and it would never grow up.
That's adorable.
Fantastic. Baby tiger or lion. Fantastic. You would love it. It's when they grow that you want to kill them.
Yeah, that's the problem. You've got to think about what is the cutest little baby animal. That elephant is yours?
A baby elephant is fucking adorable.
I'm going to go baby bear. I don't think there's anything cuter. When they walk and they're just they just get that little dumb face.
Yeah, and I would be just wrestling that bear all the time. I would never stop wrestling.
I'm it would be like your little buddy. It would be like your little friend.
If you could, and then you could use it as a pillow. When you're sleeping, you can sleep in my room right under my head.
Like I do to Birdie.
Oh, Birdie. It's a service dog.
She provides a service. She sheds a lot. I hope you don't mind all this hair everywhere.
Gorillaz released a single. How's it sound?
It's the weirdest single they've released.
That's going to waste too.
Yeah, it's a fucking animated band, and they have this dude Benjamin Clementine, who I've never heard of on the actual track.
He's not even the other singer.
No, Damon Albarn. No,
I don't want to hear this.
Okay. I mean, I was hoping to hear Damon too.
Yeah, I know you were, Chris. I know where you were, buddy. Vito, what'd you find out about Dan?
He'll be down in 2 minutes.
Be down in 2 minutes. Do me a favor, before you crack your mic, just fucking hack up that phlegm every time. He'll be down in 2 minutes, boss. I'm sending him for shipping.
What's going on with Stevie Island?
My greyhound is a service dog. Sometimes I just want to drown you, Vito. I just want to take you to the river and drown you. Tonight, very, very cool show we're doing, Breaking Out. People, the comics that we believe are going to have a big, giant 2017.
Yeah, that's
Breaking Out.
Tonight at 7 p.m. East on Raw Dog. And it also replays Saturday at noon East and Sunday at 10 a.m. All of them are going to be on Raw Dog.
And it'll be available on demand on the SiriusXM app.
So you're saying I can...
And you can't forward or rewind that after all these years. Still the same problems. On demand. Why would we plug on demand when they've treated us like shit for fucking 2 years? Well, I've got my producer on it. He says he's busy, but Trump, come on in, Dan. Dan is wearing what he considers layers of blue today. Just layers and layers of blue.
For his blue heart.
Blue on blue.
Let me get comfortable.
You're a confident fucker. For a guy with zero radio skills, you are incredibly confident. So this is a big day for you. You got your Donald Trump.
Yeah, he's mine.
Did you go to the big demonstration in New York last night?
No, I couldn't bring myself to do it, honestly.
A lot of big stars there. Robert De Niro.
Yeah, Baldwin, De Niro.
Yeah, but we see Alec Baldwin every day.
I know, it's true.
I ride the train with him every morning.
I saw him being pushed by cops one day. He was trying to get... Remember when that plane hit that building over on the... It was about 10 years ago.
On the east side? Yeah.
It was a Yankee flew into a building.
Yeah.
Corey something.
Haim. Alec wanted to get down there, and the cops weren't having anything, and he got in a little bit yelling and shoving match with them.
Really?
He's like, don't you understand? I'm on 30 Rock. Didn't mean shit to them. That's the thing about cops. They don't see enough TV to get impressed.
They really don't.
If I was a TV cop, you know what I mean? I'd be watching TV. I'd be the TV cop who went, you know what? I saw a show, something like this. Hold on. Write this down, Vito. New fucking pitch for you to do to your film school. The TV cop is called. And it's a TV cop. It's a cop on TV. And he's just solving crimes that he saw on other TV cop shows. Like this happened on Mannix. This one happened on Adam 12. Did they accept it yet?
I think we're just working out the paperwork right now.
Jesus. Paperwork? I don't even get that.
Fine print.
Fine print doesn't mean a damn thing. You went to film school, and all you can think of as a contract is fine print.
I didn't take the contract classes, the line producing class. I don't even think that's contracts now that I think about it.
No, nothing.
It's really
that had nothing to do with contract. Nothing about... You're the new Trump cuck, right?
Yeah.
Tweet something out within the next 15 minutes. Something great. Make Trump cuck great again.
We're gonna be great.
And then show like a video of yourself shaving. Because I can't... No, you... how long are you going to let the beard go?
I was thinking about that the other day. I think I'm going to wait until I get my next haircut, which is probably in another month or so.
I'd like to see you take it to August 31st.
Can you do it?
I don't... That
big sweaty hot summer beard.
That scares me because of the big sweat.
And then if that happens, that'll be the wild animal that I adopt. Look, there's the presidents. They're just catching a regular flight. They're getting on just... Look at them.
Now where are the kids?
Oh, they got rid of them. They left them.
They're long gone.
Nice long coat, though, the president's wearing. A little bit of a stride to himself.
Yep.
Surrounded by merchant marine for some reason. I don't understand it.
I think those guns are real.
Yes.
Yeah, they're real.
Are they for protection?
No,
or
you
just
know
like...
what? No, these are people in the military. There's bayonets on the end of it. At the very least, they could jab you with it.
They don't use those anymore, do they?
Oh, yeah. They bayonet a lot of people.
Close combat?
Yeah, you got to be close. You can't bayonet somebody from far away.
You can't use it like a...
Oh, no, they're letting them use Air Force One. And Trump's supposed to go, then how am I supposed to get back to New York tonight? Fucking Amtrak like
You
Biden?
live here now, Trump.
Yeah, I know, but I'm sleeping at my house, my penthouse.
No, you can't.
I can't sleep down here.
We can't secure your penthouse.
I don't like old furniture, and this place smells like old furniture.
There's not enough gold.
Gotta have a lot of gold. I need my gold. Lots of it. Melania's explaining to everyone that she was never, at any point in her life, a sex worker.
Right.
I don't even think she should have to explain that.
Well, yeah, but what about like the nude photo shoot and lesbian photo shoot you did?
That's photos. That's not.
Does that make you a sex worker?
Would you say...
If you appear in Hustler, are you a sex worker? Look, here's my problem. I think sex worker is prostitute. That's in my own head. But a lot of comedians are saying that they were sex workers. I'm like, really? Who'd you fuck? And they're like, no, I was a titty dancer.
Well, I think you are a sex worker if the end result
justifies the means.
Is trying to. If you're trying to get someone a boner, I would call you a sex worker. If you're
then an actress would fall into that. You know what I mean? A Hollywood actress. I guarantee you, when you do a love scene, you're like, that's the reason for it.
All right. I'll tell you this. So I met a girl who her job was, I don't know, she let people play with her feet and stuff. It was like foot fetish people play with her feet and suck on her toes. And so then I was like, well, you know, I was saying something and I referred to it like her as a sex worker.
That was a bold and aggressive statement.
And she was like, I'm not a sex worker. And I was like, well, you're saying that with such, you're taking it as an insult.
Yes.
Like, but that, like, how shitty is that to people who are prostitutes? You're saying, ew, I wouldn't be like them. I just let people suck on my toes.
Yes, it's
I'm
a
not
big
judging,
difference.
I'm
It's
just
very
saying
stigmatized sex work in our. I mean, it's illegal in this country.
But even if it wasn't, it would still be people would, you know. Let's just say this: your new husband, your fiance, doesn't want to hear that you're a sex worker,
right?
Unless he's a biker, and then he's like, "Good,
that's
go
pretty
to
cool.
sex work."
Go to your sex job.
But I'm going to agree with her. Sucking on toes is a lot different than penis and vagina.
Yeah, but that's not all sex. You know what I mean? Like, sex is not just penis and vagina.
Clinton said he did not have sex with that woman because he only put a cigar in her.
And got a blowy.
Now, what is the difference here, right? It's like you're saying only the payment makes the difference to make someone a sex worker. Someone could fucking have slept with 8,000 men. And then they go, oh, this girl was a sex worker. And they're like, ew, fucking disgusting. You know? I would never take money. I just let them come in my hair for no apparent reason.
Kind of takes the glamour out of it, like, I am a sex worker. You know,
there was glamour in just fucking pulling trains. Dan, I'm going to ask you a question, and can you be honest with me?
Okay.
Have you ever paid a sex worker?
No. I've never even came upon the opportunity aside from the occasional Tinder bot.
Would you pay a sex worker?
I'm trying to figure out what a Tinder bot is. You fucked a robot?
No, it's like, you know, spam. You match with someone. Oh, wow, this person.
Oh, and then you pay for them.
And then,
okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know Tinder stooped.
Yeah.
So it's just like a fake lady.
There's women of the night on
there.
That's
how fucking Chris is getting these girls.
Oh my God, are you paying for these?
I ain't paying for it.
Because you know what I mean? Like, I was really proud of you. I thought you were just getting on your looks and personality.
First of all, personality doesn't play into it all. It's completely looks.
All right, this young lady's from Honduras and she's 25 years old.
He's called them all ladies always.
Yeah, that's his lady.
He's my lady. Me and my lady.
How high does your age range go, Chris?
Oh
on
my
there?
God, she's gorgeous.
Yeah, she's pretty.
She probably fucking just needs to stay in the country.
I'm fine with that.
She's a bot.
Yeah, she's a bot.
There's no way.
No
description?
Bot.
Yeah, there's nothing. But there she is. It looks like
sometimes it's really clear if the pictures are of different people.
Holy shit, she's got a little body on her, too.
Let me see the bod.
Look at the little bod.
Oh, yeah, she's very cute.
She's a pretty sex worker.
She's not a sex worker.
She's one of the nicest sex workers I've ever seen.
You think you're above sex workers?
That's
she maintains the glamour.
I didn't like your fucking tone, dude, about sex workers.
I agree. Like, that's what I tried to tell the foot job woman.
Yeah.
I was like, why are you acting like you're so above somebody who's a prostitute? Like, you're, ew.
But do you feel like you're above a prostitute?
No, it's just like a job. It's her chosen profession.
Now, Dad, I'll say it to you. Would you have a problem with a girl that you were in love with if you found out she was a sex worker?
Okay, it's an important distinction. Was once a sex worker or is still currently?
No longer sex worker.
I think we'd have to do some tests. And then
she passes every 8.
She's clean?
Yes.
She's clean.
I'd say we'll get through this, honey.
Okay, but let's say this, Dad. So one night you say to her, honey, how many Johns were you with? And she says 16,000.
16,000?
Yeah, and they fucked me in my mouth, ass, and vagina.
How many a day?
Look, here's the thing. And by the way, not all at the same time. See what I did there? A little fucking tip of my hat to Mr. Kevin Smith. Would 16,000 turn you off and disgust you?
I'd prefer something closer to 45. I would,
45 is the cutoff for you. 45 guys.
Below 50, 45 guys.
Would you have a number, Chris, that would be like, okay, if I found out this many, that would be too much?
I think if they hit 100, I'm like, Jesus, that's a lot.
But you'd be fine with 89 dicks.
89 dicks?
Yeah, 89 is like, all right, it's not 100.
Vito, you're Italian. How many dicks?
Well, apparently blowjobs don't count as sex.
That's only in Long Island.
I roll with those rules, too.
How many have you given that you're not counting?
I'm okay with the girl with having...
By the way, so you don't mind if she blew fucking 16,000 guys?
Yeah, it's fine with me.
No.
I don't. That's a very intimate act. I'm always surprised when people act like it's not. It's an intimate act.
It is.
She's had a penis.
Yeah, but like...
in her mouth.
If you kiss the dude, it's the same thing.
What?
It's hardly the same thing.
How is it the same
dude,
thing?
you know what?
What do you mean? If
Let me kiss your mom and see which one fucking offends you more.
I don't want to bring Leslie into this.
No, but this is the only way to wake you up to what we're talking about.
He's just trying to prove a point here, Vito.
I'm not going to actually do it, Vito, unless pushed into this argument. You know how I demand on winning debates.
Or unless she makes the first move.
Oh, she makes the first move. It's happening. It's fucking Donkey Kong. And the way she drinks. Oh, she must be totally excited with Trump today, huh?
She's loving life right now. She's got her flag at home.
Yeah.
But now she's going to be part of the whole Trump cuck phenomenon. This is going to be a joint production.
Well, there's nothing different between that flag and every other flag she's ever had in her life. Same 50.
No. This one.
The chaplain is speaking.
You seen Barron out there before?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
What do you mean you don't know? He's a little kid.
I don't want to say it.
What do you think? What is your problem with Barron?
You know what Rosie said? It's not a beef. It's just
Rosie Perez?
No. I think.
What did she say?
She spoke with her body.
Mookie, why can't I get some air conditioning? Mookie. What is your?
I'm saying he appears to have the mannerisms of an autistic child. I'm not saying there's no problem with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying.
He's brilliant, that kid.
You're attacking a child.
I'm not.
Have you seen him with computers?
Look, he's at an awkward age. He's 10.
Sure. I'm not. Believe me,
I think he's a very handsome young man who, maybe has some ADD things. Tops. I mean, look, he's been ignored by his father for 10 years. It's tough.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, his dad is doing shit. His mom looked like she dotes, which is all you want in the family.
She said she hasn't left, gone on the street in 2 years or more. The Melania.
Yeah, I'm sure she hasn't. I'm sure she doesn't feel safe walking around New York.
Who's this next to Melania?
That's a friend of hers from high school. Wow. She's everywhere with her. Plus, she helps her pick out her clothes.
Okay. She did a great job then.
I don't know who that woman is, but it doesn't look... This prayer is going on forever.
I know. It took me a moment to realize it was
That's
a prayer.
longer than most services.
What do you think Paul Ryan's thinking about today?
Look,
Why
first
is
of all,
wondering what people are thinking?
There's no way. He's thinking this is great for me. He's happy as a clam, and last night, Trump talked about how great they're getting along together. Enough with the prayer, dude.
Melania's bringing Blue Eyeshadow back.
All you gotta, The black eyeshadow?
Blue eyeshadow back.
What matches her beautiful outfit? You watch. I mean, I'm not acting like I know everything there is to know about fashion. A lot of people give me credit for that. But I got no real background in it. They're going to rave about the way she was dressed today.
I agree.
They're going to rave about her
She's
hair.
going to be like our Kate Middleton. You know how like they just like obsess over everything Kate Middleton's wearing? She really popularized kind of the look she's doing with that, it's kind of like a coat dress was her big contribution to society.
Oh, there's Pence right there with wearing glasses. He's just sitting in front of...
Oh, that's Pence, huh?
Is that Pence? Oh, no, I'm wrong. That's Anderson Cooper. People are right. You guys will not correct me even when the bed is working for it to happen. Just let it go.
Wait, what is that?
That's just a wax figure.
What was that?
Did you
that
see
was terrifying. It was like a giant Trump.
Yeah.
Behind glass. It looked like Vito.
Did you see on CNN this morning when they were actually like paparazzi outside of like the entrance where they were just yelling out to people walking in like, President Bush, how is everything with you today?
I don't know where you've been all these years, but it's always been that way with the press, the White House press. They try to get any little quote that they can.
Isn't his father dying? Like,
all right, Jesus Christ.
I don't incite anything, but
look, his father is 92. He's sick in the hospital. He's being taken care of. And Bush is here for his country and the legacy of this land that I like to call 50 great states.
That's what you call it? It's so cute.
I'm lying when it comes to Rhode Island, but there's no sense in saying 59 plus one other small state that's really as big as a county. I mean, that's embarrassing. I'm sorry, but that's just too small to be a state. Sure. And actually, and I've said this before, I don't think that you should actually be able to be a state unless you're touching a state. Alaska, Hawaii, your territories. Your territories.
So you'd get rid of those two and maybe Rhode Island because it's kind of like the Pluto of the U.S.
Puerto Rico, you know.
Well, I would make, before Alaska was a state, I would make Nova Scotia a state. It's touching Maine.
Yeah.
Touching Maine, touching you. Uh-huh. So, Dan, let's get back to the number of cocks that you would suck before you not feel good. Like you
sure.
Tell your girlfriend.
Okay.
How many?
You were at 45. Chris is at 89, and you look at Vito, and he's just unlimited.
Unlimited. Infinity cocks, I believe.
Get them in your mouth while you can.
Would you mind anal, then?
Anal, yeah. Anal is like you really got to agree to anal. I'd like to be the first one to cross that planet.
You got to agree to blowjobs too, my friend. That's an agreeable thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
you should not force a blowjob. I shouldn't have to explain this to you.
I've never forced it. My point is, with anal is like a painful thing that like it's a big deal for some women to go through with. Some girls just hand out blowjobs like hall cards.
Like what? Hall cards?
Hall passes.
Hall passes aren't easy to get. I mean, I don't know what you went through, but it was difficult for me.
Yeah.
Please can I get this hall pass?
There's plenty of hall cards up there. Just take one. You can leave and walk around the hall.
I mean, there are so many things that get handed.
Hallmark card.
There's so many things that get handed out in large numbers.
I've never hall passes, but I've never used a hall pass in my life. So
what are you
I don't
talking
know
about? What happened when taking piss?
I just said, "Hey, can I go to the bathroom?" And they said, "Yeah."
Well, didn't they stop you in the hall to see whether you were bunking or not, or skipping school or not?
Well, no, because I went to went to hardcore Jesuit schooling, so they. Like, you couldn't get away with.
I could get away because they're not fucking stopping people checking on a hall card.
Yeah, no, there were no hall passes, hall cards, or anything at Xavier.
I even had teachers. You have teachers who they make you carry like a yardstick, so this way you didn't get rid of it, and then it was apparent to everyone. You're got the yardstick, going to the bathroom.
I'm going to go have a smoke. I couldn't ever believe that anybody would have the balls to tell someone you don't have to piss again. You know what I mean?
Oh my God!
You don't know when I have to piss or not. You have no idea. I'll piss on the fucking floor, and then you'll see the amount of piss here. It isn't just me wanting to go around. And by the way, I would walk the halls a lot and try to sing loud, so teachers would have to shut their door. And then sometimes I would just stick my head in the door and sing real loud and make everybody laugh. You would like, get out of here, for the teacher just freaking out at you. And I'd be like, time! Time is on my side.
That Bennington is cool.
Yeah, it did. It seemed cool because I just go in singing something, and then everybody laughed, and I could get out of there. I mean, it's better than trying to come up with a fucking joke every time you walk into a room. But loud singing during a math quiz will make 32 kids laugh. Tam is on my side. Call me later. Keg party.
Party right now in the making.
I like a nice keg. You know? Fun. Well, it's social. Everyone's gathered around the keg.
I didn't experience it until I was in college, and I visited friends who did have that. Because in the city, we did not have keggers as parties. It was not possible.
Well, you had no place to go.
There was no place. I guess you could try to take a keg up on a roof, maybe. I don't know. But the first time I experienced it, I was like, this is weird. It's like a movie, guys. This is cool.
No, just like, what is? You're seeing real life in a movie. A movie is boy, the way you grew up. Fucking West Side Story. All right, Gail, give us another thing to keep us moving along here until 2:00 when we play our special.
I'm playing the special at 2. It's on 7.
Thanks.
All right. What is the funniest visual joke in a movie? Your most favorite visual joke. No dialogue whatsoever.
I want to say The Last Temptation of Christ, but I don't want anybody to take it the wrong way. All right, I'm going to explain one. I don't know if everyone even remembers this, but do you remember the movie 10 with Dudley Moore?
Yes.
All right, so he is forced to eat a bunch of pills because he's trying to find out who Bo Derek is. Her father is a dentist, right? Mm-hmm. And so he eats a bunch of pills, then he drinks a bunch of scotch, and then he decides to go to Mexico, where she's at. Now, we're traveling all this time, and he's all fucked up, and he's in golf carts like they're taking him around this thing, and he's falling out of it. And all this is great. Pratt falls. He falls down a fucking huge hill while watching other people get naked. This is all funny stuff. But then he crashes out in this hotel room in all of his clothes in Mexico. And then they show like the next morning and it's just these fucking guys are playing a thing and you just see him hungover running outside in this dirty, sweaty, white fucking suit, not realizes that he's in Mexico. And it will make me laugh 100% of the time. I will watch that entire movie just to see that scene. So, Dudley Moore, Mexico, drunk and hungover, sweating, mariachi band.
I love it.
Final answer. Dan, do you have one?
I thought of one just now when I had a different one, but I'm going to say this one. Psycho, when the car like stops sinking into the pit, like, and then it like lingers for a second and you're like, oh, is it going to like just stay there? And then how's he going to like get away with this?
This is comedy to you?
Yeah, it's funny.
It's a terrifying moment.
It's very funny.
Very anxiety inducing.
There's so no weird. One that finds that to be a funny movie.
All right, I'm going to give you mine.
Good, I want to hear it.
I'm going to say Peter Sellers in The Party, in the scene in which...
We've already said enough. I'm laughing because I love The Party so much.
The scene in which he loses his shoe in the water fountain and it like flows down.
Oh yeah.
So then he has to take the invitation to the party. I think that's what it is. It's a piece of paper and he puts it over his foot as his new shoe and then just really gingerly has to walk through the party and he's just nodding like it looks normal. Like at random, yeah. I will think of him walking with that thing on his foot and I'll just start laughing.
All right, first of all, you came up with that's the Peter Sellers. Now we could go through 18 of his movies and find so many things to laugh at. The Party is almost a silent film for a great amount of it. You know, it's just ridiculous, almost like watching a cartoon. You know, and that fucking scene that you just brought up is so great. Physical humor is amazing. It's downplayed today, like it's somehow easy.
It is.
But it's really, really the most universal of all kinds of humor.
But if you get a good visual joke and it's something just physical comedy, it can make you laugh like you're a little kid.
Like a little
kid. Because that's the first type of shit you find funny, is visual humor.
Yeah, I find that kind of stuff just outstanding. All right, here is Bob. Jersey. Bob, what's up?
Hi. Funniest scene. In Woody Allen's movie, Everything You Always Want to Know About Sex,
Yeah.
when his wife breaks in and catches Gene Wilder in bed with the sheep and the garters and the whole thing.
Good one.
That was, first of all, those early Woody Allen movies could have been made in the 1930s.
Yeah,
they're just hilarious.
They're so zany and like weird.
It's hard to believe that it's the same guy who made the kind of movies that he made later.
Right. With like sophisticated conversation and like intelligent wit, that type of humor.
Now, does it have to be silent to be a straight physical gag?
Like if that person makes a funny noise, you're saying, as opposed to a funny, like say a funny thing.
Let's suppose something physically is happening, but they're also using dialogue. Okay. I'm going to give you an example. Okay. In Python and the Holy Grail, and it's one of the hardest I've ever seen an audience laugh. The guy who got his arm cut off, and there was blood spurting out of it, right. And then he was not saying it's nothing. It's a flesh wound. Let's keep this going. And then the second one happened. I mean, the audience was fucking going apeshit. Like, I was looking, people were acting like monkeys. They were jumping up and down. They were throwing their feces at the screen. I mean, it was amazing. So far we've had Psycho, Python,
Party,
the great Peter Sellers. I did Dudley Moore, who, by the way, the same director that did Dudley Moore movies used to do Peter Sellers movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they would just constantly work on physical jokes. I'm going to go back to the phones, but Chris, I want you to think of one. Casey, Michigan.
Hey guys, what about planes, trains, and automobiles when John Candy's driving and Steve Martin's sleeping?
That's fucking amazing. First of all, that's one of the funniest scenes I've ever seen. Again, seeing a movie, and when the guy is saying wrong way, and then Steve Martin goes, you don't even know which way he doesn't even know how we're going. And Candy immediately agrees with him and starts to go, okay. He's doing the drinky. I could fucking laugh at that scene forever. And then while they're both screaming, that fucking Candy is just wearing a devil costume screaming. Like, it doesn't even, like, they didn't even make him up to look like the devil. He just put on a cheap kid's devil costume. Tom in Wyoming.
Yeah, how about on A Fish Called Wanda when John Cleese's wife busts Kevin Kline in the bathroom, and he's acting like he's looking for Russian KGB safe houses, and he goes, "Well, I was in your beautiful bathroom." That was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Kevin Kline is so great in that movie, and he's so physical. He's like having an acrobat in a movie, but the acrobat is doing comedy.
Yeah, he's got that, like, classically trained comedy vibe.
It's really, really strong.
Like
in that movie,
theater comedy.
Yeah, he's crazy funny in that movie. Here is Kurt in Chicago.
Hey, how you doing? Three Amigos.
Yeah.
Steve Martin, Chevy Chase, Martin Short, around the campfire singing Blue Shadows on the Trail.
Yeah.
When Martin Short starts singing, Steve Martin's face.
When he's like he is good.
But there's also like a little, I don't like this, then I do appreciate it. Like he was almost jealous.
Expression
at first.
So good. Yeah, because like Steve Martin has like a little bit of a like, I didn't know he had it in him face, and then Chevy's like, I'm surprised. Like they like exchange this thing of like, who knew the kid had it in him with no words? It's so funny.
It's so great. Ryan, North Carolina.
Hey, good morning. Or afternoon, I should say.
That's okay.
Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, the second one. When those people stop by because they think a baby rhinoceros is coming out. In fact, it's Jim Carrey coming out of the ass of the rhino.
And his face.
I almost puked when I watched it. It was
his
so funny.
Fucking face. First of all, I mean, if you're going all time funniest physical comedians, and you're even going back to Buster Keaton and Chaplin, you still got to include Jim Carrey into that fucking mix.
Yeah. I mean, he just made me fall out as a kid. Like, I couldn't, like, that feeling of, like, him saying he almost puked. Like, that's what it was like for me watching him as a kid.
Getting pretty hot in these rhinos.
Kind of hot in these rhinos.
How many times have we said that?
Anytime it's hot, which comes up a lot.
Yeah.
So anytime it's even slightly warm.
So if we were driving,
kind of hot in these rhinos.
Somebody wanted the air conditioner on. They would just say to me, kind of hot in these rhinos. And then when he's also with that little Monopoly man in that movie, he's just,
do not tap, no. Do not collect $200.
Just fucking physically abusing him.
Wearing him like a mink.
But I remember the first time I kind of have a memory of seeing Jim Carrey. He's on TV and he's doing stand-up out of the Comedy Store. And I'm smoking a little bit of herb for myself, so I was nice and high. And when your mouth is getting dry, you're pretty high. So I'm watching it, and he comes on, he's doing an impression of my three sons, but instead of really doing the voices, he's changing his face to look like each person, and I thought I was fucking losing it. I'm like, this isn't even possible. And I'm laughing, but kind of terrified, like some kind of evolution is taking place. He is... And this is the weird thing about this country. You just start to take it for granted after a while.
Yeah.
But that stuff is still as amazing as it's ever been. John in Philly. John.
Hey, how you doing? I wanted to say when Gene Wilder's walking into jail trying to be bad, and then when they get there, Richard Pryor strikes the match off the guy's chest.
Well, I didn't even know what a panic attack was. Gene Wilder was having a panic attack in the movie where he just felt like jail was making him feel too claustrophobic. Yeah. And it is the funniest shit I've ever seen. He just can't fucking breathe. He's freaking. He's like freaking out. He's slapping people, and then he's scared that he did it. I feel like watching Blazing Saddles right now. All these have been great so far, other than Dan's. There's nothing. Everybody else has found the tone of this. Dan did not.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an anxiety-inducing moment.
Here's some physical comedy. Protesters, police clashing in D.C. All we're seeing is the police right now.
Can't see any
I don't see any clash. Looks fine.
Radio clash. Pirate Satellite.
Oh, they're just listening to the clash.
Oh, who doesn't? All right, Chris Stanley, before I go back to the phones, your chance to strike out.
Ferrell in Old School. After he starts drinking and then shoots back to him getting all fucked up, and he starts doing the pumping the arms dance, and then he just grabs like a young girl, and instead of making out with her, he just licks the side of her fucking face because he's just fucking whacked.
That is, Ferrell in that movie is funny. How much of it is physical? And I mean, it's almost a 50-50 between the shit that he's saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the things that he's doing. But even running down the street naked, you know what I mean? It's really fucking funny shit. There's so many goddamn funny movies. I feel like watching them all. Jeff in Maryland. Jeff.
Hey, you mentioned Dudley Moore, but I don't know if you've already mentioned this, but in Arthur, there's one of the best physical comedy moments that I've ever seen, which is where he pulls up outside of Liza Minnelli's apartment, and he's totally drunk. He's in his tuxedo, and he has a glass of scotch in his hand, and he's trying to put it down on the fender of the car, and it keeps sliding off.
Yeah, and you just go back for it. Now,
but it is amazing.
Arthur was one of those movies I played for you and your brother, and you guys weren't crazy about it.
Yeah, I kind of remember, like, I was, for some reason, not connected to it. We were pretty young, but...
Still, it hurt. You know what I mean? It hurt to see you guys not laughing. Ray, Georgia.
Yeah, my favorite one, I think, is in Blazing Saddles, when he's handing out all the badges, and the guy comes up with chewing gum, and he asks him, what do you have in your mouth? And the guy says, nothing. Why? And he shoots him. That was probably...
You will get a lot of that in Mel Brooks movies. Now, I will also say, if you watch the Marx Brothers, and I make the case that the Marx Brothers have a better shelf life for comedy than anything has ever happened. Anytime Harpo, when someone goes to shake his hand and he puts his leg up, and the guy's shaking his leg, I have seen that a million times. I laugh every time. And fucking the spider walk. The fact that Groucho Marx just walks like that across, there's no precedent. You're not doing an impression of a single person. This is not cool. What the fuck is that? And movie after movie, it's hilarious. And just the thing that he would use some kind of a fucking weird duct tape to put across his face and his eyebrows.
What? Yeah,
and leave it like that for an entire movie.
Where did that even come from?
No idea. No idea. To watch Harpo Marx move is as good as, in my opinion, Buster Keaton. You know what I mean? In my opinion, it's absolutely dance to watch that guy move around. And, you know, when they do stuff of just his foot is in somebody else's sleeve. I mean, it's just endless. You know, taking on the three of them will try to take off someone's coat. And it's fucking insanely funny. Marx Brothers are maybe as best as you can get. Here is Lamar in Ohio. Hey, Lamar.
Hey, Ronnie, be $1 million, man.
Yeah.
Hey, that scene in Stripes where Bill Murray's slam dunking the basketball in his apartment and he's explaining to Harold Ramis, yeah, in the last 3 hours I lost my girlfriend, my car, my job, and Harold says, yeah, but you still have your health. And then Bill Murray picks up that big-ass pipe wrench and you just see it on his face like, I think I'm going to bash this fucker's brain.
Bill Murray is a great physical comic as well.
And like his expressions too. Mm-hmm. Like some people it's like their whole physicality, but some things it could just be like a really like flat blank expression. One I'm thinking of it because you bring it up a lot where this is just like expression comedy, just what this person did with their face. In the movie Beautiful Girls, when they are when they're ice skating and the friend sees him with the girl who he's already described, he has a crush on an underage girl. It's a very bizarre movie if you think about it.
And by underage, we don't mean 17, 16, 15. She's 10 or 11.
Yeah, she's really, really young. And he has a crush on her and thinks that she's special.
Yeah.
Like he just is like, I don't know, there's something about her. And this guy's a dad. So later he sees them at the ice skating rink. He sees him go and talk to this little girl, and the little girl who's kind of flirting with him kind of falls, and he catches her on the ice, and it cuts to his friend's face just like so freaked out.
Right.
But it's just in his eyes. And that expression is like one of my most favorite.
Yeah, he's
it's
unbelievable
so funny.
in that scene. I'll give you another great expression comedy laugh. Waiting for Guffman. Corky comes back, so everyone's like, Corky, Corky. And then they cut over to the guy that was going to have Corky's job. And he just looks like he's holding back puke. And the job is shit. There's no reason, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, this isn't a job that changes your life. It doesn't even fucking pay probably.
He's the only one not happy.
Here's Chris, Minneapolis.
Hey guys, I agree with you wholeheartedly on the Marx Brothers shelf life. I still love that stuff. But the first time I laughed so hard in the theater that I thought I was going to throw up was John Ritter in the movie Skin Deep by Blake Edwards.
Well, Blake Edwards is the same director that we were talking about. I don't even think I know Skin Deep. I don't think I know this film.
There's so much funny stuff in there, which is, I wasn't sure I was going to like it because I only thought of John Ritter as, you know, the guy on Three's Company, and he had a beard in this movie, and it's like, okay, this is kind of weird, but I watched it, and ironically, the funniest scene for me was, I'll just say, the glow-in-the-dark condom scene. And
I have never seen it. I definitely want to see it. By the way, I always thought that John Ritter was an incredible physical actor. And I'm going to drop this thing because I've told this story before. But about 10, 12 years ago, I'm walking on 57th Street on the west side. And as I'm coming up to the corner, John Ritter is coming around the other corner. So I just go, oh, there's John Ritter, and I'm walking behind him down 57th Street, right? And I'm about 5 feet behind him. But I had the view of everyone's face lighting up when they saw John Ritter. And I'd never really thought about that. Yeah. But people weren't rushing him like he was Michael Jackson. They were just like, hey, hey. And I mean, it was person after person after person. And that's what I thought about when John Ritter died. I go, no matter what you think of his career, whatever, he just seemed to give people joy, you know? And then I remember how great he was in that Sling Blade movie. You know what I mean? When he was the gay guy in Sling Blade. I mean, you can just see sometimes people get put into, oh, he's a sitcom actor. But that guy was great. Mark in Texas.
Yeah, Daniel Stern and Joe Pesci in almost every scene in Home Alone. Just insane.
Home Alone is a great call because that's kind of a lost art form of playing things that should hurt people and the audience laughs. You know what I mean? That's real Three Stooges stuff. And we put a thing up on the iBang that's just fucking hilarious. And somebody put it together and it's called Home Alone with Blood. And they just added blood to the scene where Daniel Stern was getting hurt. You know what I mean? Right. Like he would be hit with something and blood would just slightly start to pull up. And this is going to shock you. Not as funny. You don't find yourself laughing as the blood is pouring out.
I like the idea that it's just like, okay, so we tested it. Blood isn't funny.
Blood is not funny.
Not funny.
But actually, the title Home Alone with Blood is hilarious. All right, so just watch for a sec. Turn up sound, too.
What are you going to do to him, Harry?
I gotta slap him right in the face with a paint can, maybe. Bite off every
this is where the old man, this is in the second one. This is when the old man comes in.
Oh my God.
Look, there's blood on the shovel. No, it looks like he kills the kid.
Oh my God.
Go to the other one, Chris. This is a really hilarious idea. I don't know who did this. But it goes to show you, like, it's a small thing.
Right.
Why don't you guys try upstairs?
Right. Look, there's his hair burn off.
Oops.
Jesus Christ. That's so
and they haven't put a massive amount of blood in there, just a little bit of blood.
Like a realistic amount of blood, yes. Which just makes it incredibly disturbing.
Here's John. John in Pennsylvania. John.
Hi. Jim Carrey in Bruce Almighty, when he's controlling Steve Carell's newscast, his words, when he's playing God.
Yeah, we literally could use Jim Carrey almost constantly for this.
Yeah, I'm sure, like, you go through, like, Dumb and Dumber, like, I mean, he is so...
He's a genius. Really.
Yeah, he really is. And, like, his body doesn't really make sense, like, what he's able to do.
I'm still showing the parade stuff. It doesn't seem to be as rowdy. They're letting known. Only CNN is watching it. Fox News isn't. And then for some reason, we have two Fox Newses instead of an MSNBC. I don't know which way they're going. What does that look? That the faction is unbelievably conservative? Is that what you're saying, Dan?
That's. Did I say that with my eyes?
Wait, are they the faction or the fraction? They're the fraction.
No, all
it's
right.
half.
Yeah. Oh, it's fraction.
For 1/3.
Oh,
that's
okay.
what they're saying. You're listening to the fraction. Vito, you got one.
Yeah, in Scrooge, when he's arguing with his girlfriend when his boss wants to take him out to dinner, and he's in the dog costume, And she says, like, she's trying to get him to go, and he's like, I have to go save television. This is really important. And then he puts the head on, and he just waddles away. I don't know why, but that scene really makes me laugh every time.
Look, there's a class going by.
Oh, this class.
Hi, kids. Hey. Hi, kids. Now, I'm at the age now that everyone in college looks beautiful to me. Doesn't matter who they are. When I was that age, I could tell them apart. I would be able to tell you who the pretty ones are and who the not pretty ones. Now they're all pretty. If I had a Freaky Friday, it would just be, oh, I'm so much less judgmental.
Like all kids are cute.
Yes. Just like no one ever sees ugly babies, that's how I am with college girls now.
They're all attractive.
They're all perfect.
You're all a bunch of 10s.
Jose in Strong Island.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, guys. My favorite scene always the classic in Young Frankenstein when Gene Hackman is playing the blind man and Frankenstein is in his hut and he's giving him scotch, he's giving him soup, and then at the end when I don't know if you remember, he lights a cigar and accidentally lights Frankenstein's thumb on fire, and Frankenstein monster just kind of looks at it like. And oh my God, did I crack up every time I see that?
It's not Gene Hackman though, but other than that, everything he said was perfect. Conrad, Houston.
Yeah, I'd say John Belushi in Animal House, especially the scene where he's going to break into the dean's office and sliding all over the front lawn of the building.
Yeah, but he's just doing a little run, and he's slipping as he's running, and it's so fucking great. And that was another thing that I remember being in the movies, just feeling like, okay, we're just seeing a movie, and the place is packed out, and people are just fucking losing their shit. I don't know whether we even pack out comedies enough to do that, where people are just, remember the last thing, and we brought this up, and it was the girls that were having the bachelorette party. What was that fucking movie?
Bridesmaids.
Bridesmaids. The shitting scene. I saw people losing their minds during that. I saw people running down the aisle.
I'm telling you, I never would have thought that I would laugh that way at like a toilet humor.
Right.
That scene kills me. Like if I put it on now and I watched it once a day, I would still be laughing.
So you wonder what Paul did shooting that scene and then editing it, because that has to come down. I mean, that scene is at has the opportunity to be ruined at any moment.
Oh, yeah.
This is just too disgusting to watch.
But the physical comedy of it, like them running for the bathroom, her hopping up on the sink, like,
right.
is
and they
so
all
ridiculous.
have great faces. Everybody in that movie has a great face.
And actually, of all the things happening, because there's like a bunch of different physical comedy moments in that scene, but the one where she is saying, she's trying to deny that it's food poisoning and she does not want to admit it. And she's like, actually, I'm hungry. And she's like, okay, then why don't you eat these Jordan almonds? And her like sweat is just beating while she's slowly like, her hand is shaking as she puts it into her mouth. And she's like, but she's just clearly like pale and sickly and sweating and trying not to throw up.
Yeah, that's just classic. And that scene goes on for a long, long time. Alan, Colorado.
Yeah, you guys might argue with me on this, but John Candy in The Great Outdoors.
First of all, why would any civilized person argue that John Candy was? I mean, that is not a great movie, and he's hilarious in it.
I loved that movie as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, loved it.
That scene where he's running from the bear, and that bear knocks the door down. I was crying.
There are so many things over his career that John Candy has pulled off that on the page could not have possibly been funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Could not have possibly been funny. And he pulls it off. There's that thing in Summer Rental where he's just walking through the beach and he's got a cooler and the fucking little spout is open on the cooler and he's just pouring shit on people and his feet are hot. I'm a fucking, Dudley Morrow's do a 2 and 10. I'm a fucking just mark out for someone who's going across the hot beach. It'll fucking crack me up. I don't know how we got into this. Gail brought it up. Physically funny things. Only one person missed this. That's our own Disco Dan by saying when the car wouldn't sink in Psycho.
It's a funny moment in an otherwise...
But, like, not funny, haha. Like, funny, like, oh, like...
If you watch that with a group of people, you laugh because, like, it breaks the tension of the shower scene that has just happened.
But a history of comedy.
I was watching...
many comedies we could have chosen from.
I was watching Turner Classic Movies not too long ago, and they did what I guess is a trailer to Psycho, and it was just... Hitchcock, and he's going like this, look at this house over here. Something awful takes place in this house. Shall we go in and take a look at it? And I mean, it's like 20 minutes. Let's go into the bathroom. Someone was quite naughty in there. And it's just going on and on. I hope you'll come see this movie, but you may be frightened and no one will be let in after the movie starts. And I'm just like, how is this a fucking trailer?
I know, you think that people in the film industry were just like, so we haven't figured this out yet. I mean, like, I see what he's trying to do, but
he even went in,
not perfected the
He was
trailer.
actually pulling the curtain over. Let's see what's in there. Looks like they've cleaned it up. I'm like, how? You don't want... This is a fucking spoiler. All right, now Fox News is on to the protest.
I see some smoke.
Yeah, it looks
smoke
like
gets in your eyes. Turn it up and see if we can get find out. Because it doesn't look like it's a massive amount of people.
No,
it looks like
doesn't.
they don't need to be tear gassing anything.
It doesn't look like a tear gassable number.
Yeah, I don't know what the video was, but I thought it was trouble.
It continues to escalate. As you can see behind us, a lot of the pressure grenades. What's really provoking the riot police that are trying to maintain some order are the rocks you see being thrown. Some protesters continuing, and again, this is largely the
90 arrests already.
J20, the folks that wanted a not smooth
Looks like there's a little problem in District of Columbia, D.C. Seems that Donald Trump was to become president.
do is box us in a little bit, or the protesters, that is. We seem to have caught ourselves in the middle trying to show you guys, but they're coming from this angle as well as from behind.
It doesn't look like there's enough of protesters to be...
Yeah, I mean, they're greatly outnumbered, it looks like.
But, hold on.
Well, they said that D.C. is basically locked down right now. Anyway.
I think people are running. Are those cops?
Are those people running?
It's like a line of riot, like SWAT men. Oh, wow.
Oh, watch it, camera guy.
Camera guy's getting...
I like to see the camera guys get
fall to the ground.
Yeah.
It's just his face.
I like when anyone turns on a news reporter. It's always funny to me.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, my God.
These cops look like they've never done this kind of work before.
You'd think they would have been prepping for this.
Yeah, they're not supposed to be the ones acting chaotic.
Yeah, they seem like they're really hyped up there. I mean, it's hard to tell what exactly is happening.
I wish I was down there with my iPhone. I'd be getting it all.
The whole world is watching.
Or some part of the world, obviously, on my Periscope.
All my followers are watching.
Plug me in. What is it, Chris? What do you want to read?
We should actually take a break. We have J.L. Cauvin coming in. The Inauguration Day special with J.L. Cauvin as Donald Trump airs today live at 3 p.m. on Comedy Greats Channel 94.
Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, I'm doing phones, so if you call in, you'll be hearing from old Disco Dan.
Look, if you want to call and talk disco, here's the guy to do it.
Yeah, Comedy Greats.
Have you seen him do his Trump?
Yeah, he's good. Yeah. He's really funny.
Good. I'm glad. I think that's a lot of fun. So it's 3 o'clock.
Yes.
Right after our show.
Channel 94.
94. In the east, it's 94. Out west, 3 hours behind, so it's 97.
I see. 3 channels, when you go west.
There's 3 channels behind us. We'll take a break. Oh, and tonight, big show we're doing.
That's Breaking Out, which premieres tonight at 7 p.m. East on Raw Dog, Channel 99, featuring a bunch of upcoming comedians that we love.
All a bunch of upcoming comedians.
Can't wait to hear it.
People breaking out. And Vito and Jen put it together. and it's a fucking laugh riot. Gail and I just came in and experienced it like everyone else, like, oh, who's next? But it's really, I'm really proud of how funny these clips are.
Yeah, they're incredibly funny, and it was actually difficult to get through because we were laughing the entire time.
We were laughing, and a lot of times coming back, we'd be a beat late because we didn't know when it was ending, and we're just laughing like little goddamn schoolgirls. Not that schoolgirls laugh more than anyone else. It just seems that way. Back, Bennington.
Welcome back to Bennington. The Inauguration Day special with J.L. Covan as Donald Trump airs today live at 3 p.m. on Comedy Greats Channel 94, and J.L. Covan is in studio.
Good to see you, buddy. How are you?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
You know, it's always amazing to me when someone gets that impression that could have a run for them, right?
Yeah. And good for Alec Baldwin.
That's right.
Finally a break.
Now, did you do Trump years ago, or is this
I did it before he ran, but it's gotten a lot better now.
Right, because you're working at it.
Well, and because a lot of impressions I've had are just, if friends or coaches and colleagues.
Right.
You see the person every day, and it became like Trump is almost like my annoying friend that's on TV 3 hours a day with me. So
you don't consider yourself an impressionist. You don't do enough to you're going like, oh, I'm an impressionist.
I just don't want to say that. I do a lot. That sounds very pretentious and pathetic at the same time.
Yeah, it's funny. All right, so how do we do a good Trump? How does that, where does it come from?
I think the way I started with it was actually because I do a George Lopez, and that when I realized I could do a little bit of a raspy thing.
Right.
Like George Lopez, when you see me do a joke, I gotta bug my eyes out so people know to laugh because my material isn't that funny. And if it's still not getting a laugh, I run away. So when I could kind of do that with my voice to get a rasp, I see Trump has a lot of like, well, believe me, okay? Let me tell you something right now. Because the cadence is easy.
Yeah.
And there's different Trumps that have, so I think the raspiness is where it started. But I've watched old videos of me, and it's gotten
better and better.
Much better.
But Trump does an amazing thing where he stays, like if something he says kind of gets an applause break, he stays with it, right? So if he'll be like, we're going to turn this around, and then
we gotta do it.
Yeah.
We gotta do it. Well, like what I said with when I that's what he does. I'm surprised he stayed on message or on paper for his speech, because when he gets a clap, you really expect him to just go, I like how that feels. I'm going to stay in that moment for a second.
Yeah.
The carnage in our streets is terrible. It's really, it's really bad what they're doing. We got to stop it. We got to stop it.
And that to me is the spot that he makes me laugh. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when Trump gets there and just repeats over and over.
I think it's like his tags are like my most favorite thing. You see it, he does it in person, but he also does it in his tweets where he'll insult someone or bring up something and then just be like, sad. It's terrible.
His tweets, his mind clearly works like an angry, and I know this sounds cliche or hack, but like it works like an angry fourth grader.
Yeah.
Like it's not an act. He's not trying to appeal to the average man. Like that's how his mind works. And with the impression, I don't get to do it that often, but there's like different Trumps in Trump. Like there's well, if I'm sitting here in an interview, I'm talking to you, it's a very nice studio. We're going to do really good things for the people. I think we can do that. We're going to try. We're going to do it. Then there's like rally Trump, which is the most common, which is just, look at these people. Come on. Look at these people. They're terrible. Get them out. Look at the crooked media. They're so crooked. They're so crooked. And then speech Trump, which we saw today. I don't know if they medicate him or if and I shouldn't make fun of this, but he's a sort of piece of shit, so who cares? I don't know, maybe he's a bad reader, but it feels like he's medicated for these big speeches or debates, because he always starts out, the debates with Hillary, first 15 minutes, it's like somebody drugged him, like tranquilizers. So he's speaking very slowly. The carnage in our streets has to stop. It's unbelievable. We're gonna do it. We've got to bring law and order back to our cities. We're gonna do it.
Yeah. That's it. That's fucking
That's gotta come from a note of like, you came on a little strong at the last rally. Like that's gotta be them trying to...
It's him in tight shoes. You know what I mean? Like when you're a kid and they put on the tight shoes and the Sunday clothes, you try for the first, to be a little gentleman, and then you still end up running and your shirt tails out. Like everybody's coming home from Catholic school and their shirt tails are out. The parade, it doesn't even look like they let a lot of people in. It doesn't look like it's as packed as you've normally seen the parade, but they may have D.C. somewhat shut down compared to normally.
That's the lying media. They're not going to show you how big the crowds are. But believe me, Obama had nothing. One of the worst performances ever by a man pretending to be president.
Now, what were you doing the night that he won where you're thinking...
I was not happy. I literally had all my Trump wigs and my cheap red tie from Amazon all in like a pile ready to set it on fire. Cause I was like, it's not like I'm making millions off of this. Right. So I was like, I can do with, I got some YouTube hits out of it and I'll just work on the next impression, the next thing. Right. I don't want this guy. Like, people are like, well, at least you get some work. And I'm like, first of all, nobody wants to hire a Trump right now because everybody's disgusted. So it's like, this isn't working out. It's like, I also do a great Bill Cosby impression. You want me at your party? And then I was just like, I mean, I was a big Hillary fan. So I know not everybody is in that camp, but I felt bad for her. I felt embarrassed for this country. And I was just like, I like stopped doing Trump for a little while. I hung up the red wig, or the reddish blonde wig, but you know, I gotta eat, so time to
but you
dance like a monkey.
You don't, no, you're gonna go over Just Be Trump when you do your special today. And I was talking with Jason Shapiro. He goes, there are people who...
And I love the people, by the way. I love the people.
Who just think they're talking to Trump. I don't know how many times you got to explain to people this is a comedy channel.
Well, because what's good is it kind of comes in, you know, like I try only to really throw 4 or 5 crazy things in an hour.
Right.
So there's almost, it's like the thing about a boiling frog, like you throw it in the water. That's what I do. So I'll start with like, we're going to do great things. Law and order is first priority, and we're going to give people choice of schools. We got to get the fat kids out of school, though. I mean, because they're eating too much, and that's part of our healthcare problem. Yeah. And like I heard somebody on the phone was saying to me the last time on election day, they were like, I don't know if you have to say that. Because they were asking me a legitimate school question. I was like, well, you know what? Kids are falling through the cracks, and maybe you're right. We keep some of the fat kids that can't fall through cracks because they're too fat. And none of the serious callers really fully got the grip because I kind of just pushed them in the line and went over a little bit.
Because probably it doesn't sound out of the realm of something he would say anyway.
Yeah, Donald Trump wouldn't insult fat people.
Well, we were watching him last night. He still acted like the election isn't over. You know what I mean? He's
worst wedding toast ever. Yeah. That's what that looked like. He was just freewheeling like, how about my daughter Ivanka? God, if Jared Kushner wasn't with her, I'd plow that. But good to see you. You should have given me more money before, but that's whatever.
Yeah, he would just look out and he saw the owner from the Patriots and said Brady is going to destroy the Steelers.
And he like name drop. It really was like a drunk wedding toast. Yeah. It's exactly like take the mic away from Dad. He's had too many.
When he got into Purdue, did you hear when he was talking about he brought him in?
Yeah.
And he goes, he's a farmer. Okay, some of these other guys that went to shop, they're not farmers. This guy's a great farmer. We know he's a billionaire also. His fucking dad started Purdue Chicken. He wasn't a kid who grew up on a farm.
Works with his hands. Yeah. And they're covered in satin gloves.
These are chicken factories, not chicken farms. You know what I mean? They just, billions of chickens go out a day with Purdue. But he was just acting like he's a sweet farmer that I know. And he wouldn't get off of it. There was no reason for him to get onto this path. Couldn't stop himself.
He's a farmer, I tell you. That guy farms. Loves the farm. I love it. Old McDonald right over there. Great
but I don't think I've ever can remember a president, talking about the election as long as he has. He's still talking about an election win. Like, you're president now. Like, you won.
No one does that.
And also, he keeps on saying, my supporters.
Right.
Which is not really something you say,
Yeah.
You're the president. That's just the way it goes.
Because he knows the problem is, I think he wish he had a mandate, but he has no mandate of any kind. It's a divided country. He did win, but it's not like, I mean, he lost the popular vote. He won the electoral closely, more close than either of Obama's wins. But I think he has to keep saying stuff like that to kind of pep talk himself. Like, I'm great because I have all these people that like me. And it's like, so he doesn't internalize anything. So he just regurgitates whatever insecurities he's having.
Chris, plug away, because this is going to be a lot of fun for everybody.
JL Covan's in studio. The Inauguration Day special with JL Covan as Donald Trump airs today live at 3 p.m. on Comedy Greats, Channel 94. You can call in.
How long are you going to do it for?
An hour.
An hour.
I'm going to try, because we don't know yet if it will become some sort of weekly or regular thing, but I'm going to have, Trump review the week in Trump or the news of the week or
That'd
day.
be a blast.
Take calls, and then maybe like a movie review in the middle just to spice it up.
Right.
I think he may review Moonlight as the movie for this week, and then like a golden rule at the end, like a Jerry Springer final thought sort of.
I like that idea. Well, you know, you do the 3 Trumps, and anyone I've ever heard of that has met him one-on-one, a lot of people meet him as, you know, he's a salesman or whatever. Mm-hmm. They all say, oh no, he's a really nice guy when it's just you and him. Because he'll tell you, you know, all the good things and everything's going great. And he really is. I always thought of him like, if you ever been in any small town, there's that crazy used car salesman.
But Buddy Garrity from Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, right. But then when you go to your house, they're like, oh, he is kind of smart. He's doing all the, you know, he's making money. And look, he's got a beautiful house and a nice, you know what I mean? He's got a gorgeous wife here. Like, I've been in that situation before, and I'm like, oh, so this guy isn't crazy. You know what I mean?
He's doing something right.
Yeah, he's doing, like, he doesn't care what people think as long as he's getting paid. And I think that's the center of Donald Trump. He gets that aspect, that Andy Warhol aspect. They can hate me, but they got to just keep talking about me.
Right.
It should be a weird 4 years, I think.
Weird, I think, would be, if it's just weird, that'll be all right.
Yeah.
Because I keep getting reassured by people. The only people on social media who consistently tell me nothing's going to change are straight white guys. Mm-hmm. And I'm always like, well, you're the last line of shit messing up on you. Like, if it gets messed up for you, the cities are already in flames.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, so
then you know you're
not the canary in the coal mine telling us things are happening.
But it is true. I've been around for a lot of presidents, and it's never changed for us white guys. You know what I mean? Like, even in the worst times, we're like, yeah, I see some bad stuff on TV. Sad. Sad.
That's right.
Sad.
Or
so sad.
Sad. But with him, I just look at it and I think, but he is the test. Like, I look at him and go, maybe things won't be radically different, although I think they will change for some people who have made gains under Obama. But I think he is the test of like, but I now for the first time believe things could change in a big way. They may not, but I really think he's the first one.
And I think that's why people elected him. I think they wanted to say, let's see if something could be different, you know?
But, you know, there is one circumstances that would be, you know, straight white males who have insurance from the Affordable Care Act. If they have Obamacare.
We're going to get something better.
Really?
Something much better.
What is it going to be?
Well, it's going to be, let me tell you something, we're going to operate very quickly, okay? Because we got to get this done. People get very sick. And not me, I don't get sick. I'm just very healthy that way. But we've got to get something done very quick. I want everybody covered. And that's what we're going to, because Obamacare has been a disaster, a real disaster. As has the Affordable Care Act. Also, that has also been bad. So that's 2 bad health laws, according to my research. So we're going to get rid of, well, no, you know what? We'll keep the Affordable Care Act, get rid of Obamacare. That's my decision.
He's going to be pretty close to doing that. You know, the fact of the matter was,
he will, in 2 years, my prediction is in 2 years, he will start bragging about saving the Affordable Care Act.
Or calling it the Trump Care Act. You know?
They wanted to get rid of it, but I didn't want you to get sick, so I kept it. Obama messed it up. I saved it.
Yeah. And now here's the thing. Do you think he believes that? Because I do think that, you know.
Yeah. I think he absolutely believes what he's selling.
I think it's almost like a mantra. Like he thinks it once, says it twice, 2-3 times, and by the 5th time he said it, it's like, now it's the thought.
Right.
Now it is what he thinks.
I remember when I was younger, me and this friend of mine, I forget what we done. We did created some kind of vandalism at our school, and we swore that we didn't. We swore, and then, you know, they kept coming up with things where we swore. And then when we're alone, he goes, "Can you believe these motherfuckers are accusing us?" I'm like, "Dude, we did it." You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to believe that we're in, you know, I'm going to lie forever. I'm with you. We're lying forever. But I don't want to believe that lie.
Yeah.
That's a place that's a hole I don't want to step into.
Right.
But we did do it. And he said, still, you know, still fuckers. And I think that's where he lives. I think that he is so great at that he believes it, you know?
Like, how are his kids? Even one of his kids, I'm shocked, doesn't have a problem with him. They
it's
just
weird.
Get out there and they speak the kind, because whenever you have those families where the father, you know, left 2 of the moms, is aloof, is wealthy, is kind of short-tempered, You'd expect there to be one outlying kid who's like, you know what? Let me tell you, that guy's a real piece of shit.
Right. But there's billions to be made. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
There's
Don't forget
billions
that.
to be made if they could just. He's 70. They figure they could toe this line for a couple of years, and then they'll tell the truth. But they seem to love him. And
they do, yeah.
Those grandchildren, I've been watching them all day.
Not Barron Trump. That kid looks sick.
He's on his own. But the little grandbabies, I'm just crazy about them. They're really running
cute.
up and down the steps today, having a great time. I don't think they feel any of the pressure that their parents get. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because they seem like all the kids, Trump's kids, seem like they're good parents with their children. You know,
it's nice to have kids in the White House. Like I loved that we had the Obama girls in there, and like I think it's just always cute to have kids in the White House.
I started with John. There was all these pictures of John just fucking around while his dad's having meetings.
Those are like the cutest
in
pictures.
In that 1960s coat dress they made him wear. I was like, what was up with boys' fashion back in the 60s?
They were short coats with no pants, and the boys just adored them.
I'm gonna bring that back in 2017.
He's just saluting a casket going by.
The cutest.
It is the cutest thing with that darling little dress.
Yeah,
like it really is sweet. Why was it in the 60s, 50s, and 60s that young boys were not allowed to wear long pants? Like everyone had to be like short pants.
It's English. It's an English thing. You know, you got to remember that was like a waspy tradition. And even if you watch all the shit that took place today, it's pure England. This is not American. We don't like this kind of pomp and circumstances. We're casual people. But this is the day where we act like we're English people. And that's what they used to do with like little rich boys back then. And they would even send people off to Oxford or whatever. Because they really were like, Harvard's kind of stupid. It's a farm school. We got to wrap this up, Chris?
Yeah. The Inauguration Day special with Gail Covan as Donald Trump airs today live at 3 p.m. on Comedy Greats Channel 94.
Thanks for stopping by, buddy.
Thank
you for having me. A pleasure.
Tonight at 7 o'clock, Chris.
Breaking Out. That premieres tonight at 7 p.m. East on Raw Dog Channel 99. Replays Saturday at noon East and Sunday at 10 a.m.
All right. We got to break now. Make room for you. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
And we'll see you again in 1974.
Yes.
That was great.